as opposed to on a TV. It has something to do. I never understood aspect. Like, I don't really know how aspect ratio or resolution work. When you ever try to look up a technical definition, it's like fucking gibberish. Unless you're like a fucking straight up, I don't know, like techie badass. Like none of those terms they use fucking make any sense to me. But what I can tell you is, I ain't got my glasses, and the problem I have is that I need like reading glasses, so it's like I can't see good close up. I believe that's farsighted. It's so confusing, but anyway, yeah, when the screen gets smaller, I feel like I can see better, but that might not just be me. Like, it
I
might.
know what you're saying. It's weird. Like me and Carlos would play multiplayer before, like back in the day, and I would personally, well, I think both of us, but we would personally both do better for some strange reason when we just play split screen rather than we were playing by ourselves.
Yeah, yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
very hit and miss. Like, I think that there's like a middle ground there, because if I play split screen with America, it's too small and too blurry. But I think it's because my TV's shitty. And then it's like this screen shit. It's perfect. Like I'm wondering why I thought that the border was causing me so much problems when in fact, I don't know, man. I think the smaller screen makes it run better. But psh, again, unless you know exactly what you're talking about, it's like shit. I could be talking about my ass. I don't know what I'm talking about. I might just be high. But speaking of which, what's this blood money shit? I'm gonna probably do one. I don't know. I'll play till I get too stressed. It starts making me fucking frustrated, and I'm like, it's pissing me off. I'm gonna take me a little smoke break, a little pick me up, so that way you ain't gotta wait on me. Cause I be sitting in the intermissions making guns fucking for longer than I play sometimes. Sit here all day. I make a whole fucking set of new loadouts, and then I use them all one time to test them. I'm like, these are all garbage. Back to the
Hmm.
drawing board. I throw them all in the trash. Nah, I definitely have learned things in my experimentation. It's not like that information was lost. I remember what works good with what, but I don't know. I'm stubborn. I'm like you, or I'm like, if I don't use that gun, then I don't use it for a reason. There's no reason to now. But yeah, I'm going back because I ain't got shit else to do but use new guns. And the sad thing is I think I've hit the end of the road when it comes to new guns. Like, there might be a few new unique attachments I have to unlock, and uh, blueprints and shit like that. But as far as like straight up new content, until they come up with some new shit, that's it. Which I feel like they're depriving us. It's like they're getting all these monies. My trainer would say, monies, so they can access their monies. I think he did it on purpose though. He was funny. I decided to fucking. It reminded me of that. I didn't mean to say it like that. Makes you sound dumb. I know it's money. Nah, but now I forgot. So I started thinking about all sorts of other things. Kind of. Oh, I'm Carlos. Whatever. Somebody joined the stream and then left again. Are you in the match right now?
No.
Okay. You want to invite me so that way you can be in control? Oh, we're in the same. Uh,
Yeah.
See, for mine it says at the top, our party host is looking for a match, but it wasn't looking
Yeah,
for a
you're in the
match, right?
party. I'm putting on blood money just so it's a good way to test the fucking capabilities of these weapons on armor.
Oh yeah, without having to run a real game and go through the monotony of that. It's just like plunder, isn't it?
Yeah, be playing all these damn games just to not even get a loadout or some bullshit.
Yeah, get killed instantly right when you drop. Shit like that. I mean, with that in mind, though, it's been a while since I played this. I wouldn't mind taking it a little bit. Well, now I take that back. This first one, I still need to chill. My throat. I need some fucking water, like right now. I didn't even talk about it. Be back. I'll be back. I need some water.
Alright.
I hope I didn't neglect Carlos. Somebody's in the stream, but ever since I brought the border up, no one's typed any comments. So that's probably Merca. She won't talk to me. If it was Carlos, he would have probably said something about it.
Yeah.
I forgot you can use your fucking loadout in here. That's pretty cool. So you can tweak on the go. Oh, it's Carlos. She said yes. It's confusing. That's awesome. I said, I don't know, maybe she's just watching. It did show 2 for a second. Anyway, so just got to lunch. Nice. Okay, Carlos is on lunch break. You got 30 minutes like me, or you got an hour? Probably just 30 minutes, right? They'd be shiesty. Alright, back to the slave pits with you.
Back to the slave pits.
What was the important question you had for me to ask John? Because I didn't catch that shit, bro. You have to put that in there. And if it's... Well, I mean... 30 minute... Yeah, he's just got a 30 minute like me. Well, that's just enough time for us to bother you. Not enough time to do anything, and enough time to do everything. Nah. Anyway.
I'm literally gonna jump out and follow like a group of people down so I can just kill them immediately.
Okay, so he's asking about the Mustang, so it has something to do with the car before. Yes, go on. You already jumped out, John? Like, at least give me a mark so I can go there too. I'm down to just kill them.
Right here.
At least homie's kind of close by there.
It's already going down.
I was just thinking you were not where I thought you were. Are you dead or no? Because I forgot we landed the loadout, so I'm about to hold it down. I feel like I could drop into some shit like a commando. It's cool. It's only when I have a pistol that I'm worried. In fact, I'm better off than this. Oh no, I think I just dropped my... I am gonna take that... No, a sniper and an SK... Ah, I'm taking hard shots. That's far. Don't go out there. Don't go out there. Come on this side. Oh, nigga, it's a sniper or something. He lit me up so rowdy. You're still alive? Where'd you go?
Yeah.
I lost you.
I was running around like a madman.
This nigga's like... Oh, okay. He's actually in a different direction. He shot me again. I don't know why he didn't shoot you. The fucking king is in the TV station. Fuck it, let's try to jack him up fucking... Oh. I don't know, man. I am literally getting shot from, like, just shots out of the sky. Oh, that actually makes sense. There's probably someone parachuting. We need to get in this... Where the fuck is that guy at? Come under here. Come on. Damn it. Where? No fucking way. Okay, he's up here. I was about to say. I swear this guy was fucking shooting.
Good job, girl.
Look, where...
She will be very happy with you.
Oh, there's
now
some
watch
guy...
some TV and be a good kid.
There's some guy in a fucking giant tower I ain't even ever seen.
Bring me chocolate. Keto chocolate.
Keto chocolate.
Oh yeah, when you finish it. Bring it to me! Chocolate.
Oh, okay. He said that he heard about the car and him selling it. Or you selling it. Sorry.
What a coxsacka. So yeah, but there's another Mustang. It's a 07, but it's in San Marcos, so it's also for 6,000. Or he's also asking 65, so we'll try for 6,000 with him. But first and foremost, I'm gonna see if I like it. Right now, it looks alright. I mean, the only thing that I don't like about it is I just don't like the color of it. It's red, but it's like an ugly red. It's like it's like that dark red. It's not like that bright red, like burgundy or something. I don't like that color that much, and it has like a few. The clear coat is peeling in a few places, but it's got way low. It's got like 30,000 miles less than what the one I was gonna possibly buy looks like. Has nice rims. They're usually not my style. That like fucking billion spoke style rims, but they're RTR rims. They're a good brand.
Have you spawned
like
in
that.
yet, John? Shit, someone right in front of me. Oh, I gotta dip out. I was on the four-wheeler. I'm too exposed. Maybe, hopefully, Homie will run him over. I'm gonna go back and try to run him over. Damn, he...
Well, yeah, so I'm gonna see if he lets me come see it Friday.
I think you hear... Oh, I fucking missed him! Okay, I'm hopping off. Fuck you, bitch. Where you at? Oh, he's up in this bush with me. I think he knows I'm here. He does, in fact. Oh, bro, even in Warzone, bro, the 93R, it's gonna get buffed for sure. It's gonna get the only explanation is that guy had no fucking armor whatsoever. And even with 2 plates, for me to kill this fool in like 2 bursts with the 93R, and I was fucking going wild, like fucking the craziest shooting I ever done. I killed him way too fast. And I think I have small mags. Maybe not on that, actually. It might have taken most of my mags. I think it did, actually. Okay, so he caught the part. Did you say anything about... Nah, that was just your... that was just your saltiness getting the better of you. You're going in about how, all the different reasons why he didn't want to sell the car. But, I mean, I understand.
He did it.
He hates you, John. He hates you. No, I'm just kidding. Shouldn't say things like that. Let's see. 07 is an older model. Not going to be like the 10. Yeah, he knows, Carlos. I mean, that's what he's saying, but I mean, like what me and John were talking about is, fuck, run. I got banged, beady bang bad. Yeah, oh, he's in there. Wrong way. He's in that, no, in there. He's suppressed to the right. He's in there for sure. I hit him with the, he's stuck. I'm gonna go in, just don't let him go left.
He blew up, team wipe.
Oh, there was a window. This motherfucker, like, there's $50,000. $50 million! No hype. Holy shit. I guess it's time. Nah, I don't care, because that's the fattest stack of cash I've seen in 20 minutes. Actually, we're not doing that bad. Well, we might be a top earner. Let's go.
Going
let's
up
go.
to the roof.
They're up there, I think, so be very careful. Yep. What? Oh, no, that was homie. Be the guinea pig. Tell me if there's anybody, and if there isn't, I'm going to come all the way up.
I don't see anything.
Alright, let's go. Let's clear it, because I see activity, but I don't see people. You know, in this game, well, though, people be just flying in from the skies like it ain't no thing. Oh, on me too. They're up here.
Oh, direct hit with a rocket launcher on me.
On you? That means it was hot. Oh, we can't go to that building no more. That's that building where that guy sniped us, and he's up on that tower somewhere. That's like perfect lookout. Oh no, this fool's like fucking 800 feet in the air somewhere. I couldn't even tell where he was based on the kill cam. That's how crazy it is. Like he's on one of those fucking radio towers or something. No hype.
So there's like this fiction versus
On the top of it though, I think. Not even on like a platform.
How I know that it's non-fiction and fiction.
Yeah,
how to
Carlos
do
is
that?
saying that maybe you shouldn't settle. I think that's what he's getting at. Like maybe you shouldn't settle for the 07. Maybe you could, since you already seen that you could get like a 10 for the same.
That is
price.
true. That is true.
He's saying,
You
but
know,
specifically.
I would be settling for.
Let me say it before I forget, because he's only got the 30. He says.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he says that you like the 2020 on the inside, and the 2020 or the 2010 is way better than the 07. So he's saying that it's going to be pretty dated. Like even though it's 3 years, it might be a pretty noticeable difference.
It's not way different. Like Mertz's to the 10 is way different, but
Yeah.
it's a lot closer than the 07 to the Mertz's. All I'm saying is like.
I was gonna say I'm sleepy.
Do some research, bro. Look up the 07.
Statistics, is that what you're talking about?
Look up the 07 and then look up the.
Yeah, but Carlos knows that. He was just saying it's the way it looks. He's going based. He knows performance and shit like that. You know, it might not be. I don't want to say he knows, but he wasn't making a comment that
No, I mean look up. That's what I was gonna say. Look up the interior of. Well, Carlos knows what this 07 looks like.
Yeah,
and
I don't
then
care
look,
about none of
because
that
he
shit.
had one, and then look up the interior of the 10. It's obviously different, but not by a whole lot. So there's that, and then the performance-wise.
Oh, there's someone on top of this tower.
Mhm.
But go ahead. He's laying down. There might be 2 of them, honestly. He's not wanting to let me go up the fucking tower. I'm up here. I don't think he knew. He don't know. Oh, I got bruh, 2 blasts. I seem to be downing people in an average of 2 shots.
I hit him with the Dragunov right before you got up there.
I was gonna say, because that one seemed even more. What the fuck is that, bro? Oh, it's the cash copter. That thing's gonna wreck us, bro. Get the cover. It's like a fucking straight up support helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
But
so
if we
far,
down it,
the Dragunov is like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, bro. I totally fucking dumped it. I seriously looked at it as The up there above us in our. He literally jumped around on top of our heads. It's the same guy from before. He got me, but I'm not dead.
Oh, I hit him with 2 bullets of the drug and he went down.
Oh, I fucking put so many bursts. I couldn't believe he didn't die. He came down honorably though. He like came down looking straight at me. He jumped on the roof and just started fucking pistol fighting me. Or actually, I don't think he had a pistol, but my pistol is like not your average pistol.
But yeah, Corlos. So there's the fact that they're really, aside from the body, not very different. You know, it's like slightly better interior, slightly better performance by like 5 horsepower, and then like
hit this chopper.
The body does look better in the front to me, but the back end, the lights are kind of ugly.
Fuck! I forgot I could kill us.
Oh shit! But yeah, but then there's also this. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, why is it chasing me?
The chopper gonna?
Yeah, I didn't know it could chase me.
Yeah, bro, it's gonna fucking wreck us, dude. Go in the house.
I can't go inside. It's like locked.
Oh, this one doesn't even have a door. It's not even locked. There ain't no door, dog. These top earners are like right up on us. We got this fucking chopper eating us up. Damn. I got cash on me, so come grab my cash, bro. Oh, there we go. Even better.
Here's this to consider, Carlos. Okay, so that 2010 had 100. I don't know where it's coming from. Oh, it's the chopper. Had 148,000 miles on it. Almost 150,000.
Get the money, it drops. We got a company. This guy's trying to take the money. Damn, he died. Help me out! This shit's 80 meters away, but there's no way I'm gonna get this drop now. There's like people fucking. Yep. Go ahead, I'm gonna be quiet.
150. I'm pretty sure say it rounded to 150,000 miles for a 2010. Whereas the 2007 only has 110,000 miles, so it's a whole 40,000 miles less, bro. I would probably not even put 40,000 miles in my lifetime.
Oh, so explain that one more time. Explain that one more time, because I was thinking that's gonna be too hard to explain, but that actually sounded simple enough to where I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, what I'm saying is the 10. For all of its whatever that makes it better than slightly better than the previous models.
The slight.
It's gonna for the money that I have, they're gonna be in the 150,000 mile range.
Okay.
100. Whereas I could get an 07. Yeah, 5 less horsepower. Yeah, slightly more dated interior, different looks, which honestly I don't mind. I like the 07s, and but I'll be able to get them with 100,000 miles to 110. You know what I'm saying? A 40,000 mile difference for the same price.
But you're talking about hypothetically. You're talking about hypothetically based on Blue Book, right?
I'm naming these off of prices of what I've seen.
Well, what if you were to just come across a better deal? Like, what if someone just really wanted to get rid of the car and would be willing to take more of a hit than that other guy?
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't believe in miracles, but it is exactly what it would be, a miracle.
Yeah, realistically.
Yeah, like there's no way. Like right now, that one he was selling, 6,500 he wanted for 150,000 miles, 2010. Then there was one other Carlos sent me. It looked a lot better, and it had like a few thousand miles less, but it's still 140-something thousand, also 6,500. But right now, if you look online, there's like the 05 to 07s are like 100,000 miles, 100,000, 110,000, like for the same price. So I can get 40,000 miles less for 6,000 if I settle for a slightly older model.
For you, that makes a difference.
So what do you think is really more important, Carlos? The mileage on the car, or how long it's been in existence?
Well, you have to consider that. Well, it's personal preferences. I think what he's getting at. He's just saying it seems like you are leaning towards the 2010, I think, and are settling for the 07 because you're getting impatient.
I did want a 2010 just because I thought it'd be cool to it looks closer to Mertz's car, and it would be cool to match because it was blue too. I really wanted that particular one. Then I saw a black one and I was like, fuck it, it's still that model. It looks good. You know, what I was willing to settle for was that high mileage on it so I could have something newer. But when I really think about it, I'm like, well, fuck, man, is that high mileage really worth it?
Well, 100%. You got to think high mileage isn't just like is it maybe gonna fucking start having breakdowns? It's what the hell, they're counting on like shit like your fucking timing starts to go out. Your
No,
crank.
I know, it's guaranteed.
Not your
Shit
cranks, but
goes
your,
out once you get so high.
exactly. Like that's when you start getting into like you got to replace a cam. It's like, do you really
I'm
want to
saying,
fucking take the risk of
and
having to
like,
replace a cam?
in like a 3 to 4 year difference in the car, I don't think it's gonna make that much difference with wear and tear. What makes the wear and tear is how long it's been driven.
Oh, and just
is,
really just the way it's just like, is this person a normal person when they drive, or is this person fucking stupid and they give zero
that's what I'm
fucks
saying.
about their
Like,
car?
horsepower and looks, all that shit aside,
Think there might be somebody here.
I would trust a car with 100,000 miles versus 150 more, no matter what the year. I mean, it's not necessarily settling to me.
Oh,
Still a good car. It's just a different
that was
car.
me. That was me paraphrasing. I was being argumentative. I wanted to see what you would say in a debate if I did come at you with that. You answered convincingly. Like, it's like, oh, okay. Well, I can understand exactly where you're coming from, actually, now. It just, all I heard was a bunch of numbers at first, and my brain was, like, doing that calculation thing, like the meme. I was like, hell no, I can't even. And then it started to make sense, like, 5 minutes later. Hey,
Oh, look, they got rankings
off.
now.
I can't, I swear, people's be loading a lot faster than mine. I don't know what's up with that. It just might be ping or something. I got pretty good internet. I don't see no ranking, though. Remember, it always showed you for like a split second, but if you don't pay attention, then
oh shit! Carlos went the extra mile. Sent me the picture of the interiors back to back.
Oh damn! Yeah, you know this fool don't fuck around. He was already talking about doing interior. He's like, "Don't talk to me about interior. I'm gonna do interior.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do your interior." He has comparisons like on a fucking like a car and driver magazine and shit. It's like they fucking did that top speed type shit or whatever the fuck it's called. This one's got him on like a tarmac. You know they did like a fucking performance test that looks exactly like those videos you put on for me. Like he's super try hard where you're like looking at the video of like when the car first came out, like what the fuck? Nobody does that.
Yeah, bro. You see what I'm talking about, Carlos? They're obviously different, but like really, more or less the same. You should send Jay so you can get his opinion.
You should bring up the fucking stream on your phone somehow on YouTube and then read the fucking comments so that way I don't have to translate. We could split the work.
Translate.
I feel like I have the worst job. I'll look in there and be like, holy shit, how long has that message been there? Because there's no time.
Oh yeah, and Carlos also sent me the 07 versus 10 GT like side by side. Like I said, I like the back end of the fucking 07 better. That fucking the way they rounded it out makes it look less like a muscle car. It's a little more funky.
Oh, you don't like the one on the right, you like the one on the left, right?
Yeah.
Same here. I don't like that one. I like the newest one, and then the one you see there on the left. I don't like that one in between.
The newest one is the best they've ever made, if you ask me.
Yep, by far.
And then, but out of those two, the back end on the fucking left, easy.
For sure, that's like
the front end is more. The front end is similar to the 07, but it's sleeker.
Yeah.
And I like that one better.
If you're ever into those fucking crazy old drift magazines and shit, that Mustang is like the one where they first started fucking drifting them all rowdy and these newer model ones. Like, I don't want to say first, but that's when that shit started getting big. Like, you'd be seeing these fucking 240s, and then you'd see a Mustang like that fucking ripping it up the same. It's like, oh shit, that's fucking crazy. Like, you wouldn't even think they would go down that avenue, but apparently they're decent drift cars. It probably has something to do with like the weight distribution and all that shit. You know that motherfucker's pretty heavy. But that motor though, it's like shit. Perfect equation to get that shit sliding sideways. Seen some crazy ass fucking Mustangs like that set up for drift. Like Kim Block shit. I don't know why they would choose that car, but it's pretty common. That and 240 was like a fad for like a year or two. But yeah, I never liked that one with the round back. It looks like a fucking girl car. That's the best way I can. And I mean that in the least, like, it's not like, I don't know, it doesn't look like, I guess like you said, muscle. Like, no, it's not, it doesn't have that aggressive, like,
No, I know exactly what you're saying. That's why I said.
It's too futuristic, too round.
I could settle for it, but one of the things I would do is, I'd have to send you a picture of that. It looks so much better when you change out the taillights for a different style, which you can. And then they take out that stupid like
The white
fake
dashes.
fake. They take out the fake gas tank,
What fake
and then
gas
put
tank?
like it has like that little the GT symbol is basically like the old school Mustang, you know,
Oh,
where the
that's what
gas
that's.
where you put the little gas cap. It's a fake gas cap.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just like a big retarded emblem or a big ugly obnoxious emblem. Yeah.
Yeah, people take that off and then they put a fucking plate over it to where it's all blacked out or whatever color you like it, and it just looks so much better. Makes it look so much sleeker and meaner.
Yeah, you
Either
know I
way,
don't do that chrome shit. It just looks trashy.
so the '07 just already, I mean, I wouldn't feel like I needed to do that much to it.
Yeah, no, not my neighbor, but the guy who lives across the street from me. He's got a fucking GT, the '07 body style. His fucking clutch head went out or something. Right, like he had transmission issues to where his fucking car like wouldn't go into a gear or something bad. And then eventually,
Sounds like no good clutch.
yeah, and then eventually he got that shit fixed, and I mean now he's ripping it around and shit. It's fucking loud as shit. He's like you every fucking time he gets in his car, even though he's across the street. I can fucking hear that shit. Every time he pulls up, yeah, he's like I hear him hitting the corner.
Bro, that year Mustang, I don't know why, but dude, that motherfucker is loud.
It's
one of the
stupid
loudest
loud.
Mustangs I ever had. I don't even remember if you
Stock
remember that
even.
one. You probably did. The black convertible that we went to the beach in.
Yep.
That one, when you rid with me there, that motherfucker was the loudest Mustang I've ever had.
Yeah, oh, who knows? Who knows what
My
causes that?
my Cobras, they were straight pipe, straight. There's no fucking nothing in between, just straight out. And they weren't even nearly as loud as that one. I don't know why.
Carlos says I'm right and that you can't wait. And it says, what you want. What you want. He's saying that like what you want now is how it looks. And he says he likes.
He likes what?
He says Maritz's car looks sexy from the back. That's funny. Like I guess he likes. Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Like the new. She has the newest body style, right?
Yeah, that's different than all of them, bro.
Yeah.
Maritz's car looks like Maritz's car is the fucking shit in the back. I would pick that over any of them.
Yeah, they did something. I wish they had like. It's so weird that it took them like 5 tries, and they were just like fucking around, changing these little things here and there, and then they finally did a comment. It was like they finally listened to people who were complaining. They were like, "Why don't you just do this?" And then here you go with this finished product, like fucking, I don't know, 5 body styles later, where it's like they were kind of onto something. But even the '07, it's alright, but it's like a boat. I don't know. They made it a little bit too big. I see what they were going with it, but I don't know that. For the I want to say the '07, the one on the left. Mm-hmm. Like I like it, but it's just fucking huge. Like it's so different from all the other ones. It has a strange place in the Mustang body styles to me. It's probably like up there on my favorites. Like I got nothing against it at all. It's just almost hard to compare it to the rest because it looks so different. In my opinion. I don't know, that's just me. I feel like the one before that was the one, like, that looks slightly different than the body style you had, right? Like the newer body style, like that,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, they call them the New Age Mustangs, and those are my very least favorite.
They came a dime a dozen, right? There was a point where you would see them like Skittles everywhere, like every color, all fucking ragged out of every single, like every variation of that car you could possibly see, you would see it on the road.
God damn it, bro. I need a fucking vehicle to go find
my homie, though, I ain't gonna lie, my homie had a GT of one of those, whatever, New Edge, and I don't know, this was back when everybody had fucking supercharged fucking, what's yours called? Like a SN97, or what's the body style for, like, the
Cobra?
Yeah.
Yeah, the SN95.
SN95, yeah, see, one of them had a fucking supercharged SN95. This other motherfucker, Victor Hewitt, I don't know if you know who JD is. It's like a, like, I don't know. He was like a compulsive. He's like a weird guy. He was a strange person to have such a fucking crazy fast car. But I guess his uncle, or I mean his grandpa, owned a shop, and he knew the right people to where he had he had a lot of money too. So he just dumped all this cash into this fucking like shitty like fucking new edge fucking Mustang, and it fucking shit on all the cars at the meets. And this fool was like one of those insane people where it's like, if this fool gets caught right now, like fucking you're gonna go to like prison or something. Like, I don't know what the harshest penalties can be when it comes to street racing. The best way I could describe it is this motherfucker is like as all in as you could possibly be, like fucking going like 150 down the highway type shit. Like, holy shit, you're gonna fucking get us all popped. But yeah, even compared to the fucking SN95, a fucking boosted ass RX-7, and like a few other cars that I mean I didn't really know them that well, but the other cars, those were like the homies in the crew. Where I was like riding in these cars with them. It's like this motherfucker not just like beat everybody top end. Like we weren't like we did some.
Bro, look at my money real quick. I literally just robbed the top guy by myself.
I've been running around the stadium in circles, like reminiscing about some fucking Fast and the Furious shit.
Bro,
but yeah, those cars can be fast. As ugly as they are, I don't know what it is, and I don't know if he fucking straight up swapped it, which I don't think he did. I think he just fucking like threw every kind of bolt on and shit. Maybe even some internal work. I think he got like some cams done and shit. But
oh, I'm sure he did. All that shit. I mean, like, but like stock on stock, those are like the 07 is leagues above that one. And stock
I guess
stock
I didn't think about it like that. It's like, of course you can mod anything into a race car, but the base model is what you have to go based in stats and shit. And yeah, that car.
Like I was looking up earlier. Like anytime there's a prospective, anytime I died, anytime there's a prospective car, I always look up and do some research on it.
Yeah, no.
And I saw a video of a guy. He raced the stock.
Come here, he's here.
I'm coming.
He's the top earner. I'll stall for a little.
Stock. Oh, I'm about to land right on him. He's getting shot from
Good, I forgot that you have guns. I was gonna stall and try to get you a gun and shit. Fuck this guy up.
Oh, he's gonna
Did he
get
die?
fucked up. All that.
Oh shit, no, he's by me. He's in this bus or something. Alright. No, he's on the front of the building. He's like going into an orange truck. Like a packing truck there. He said we're crazy.
Melt.
Nah, but I don't know. The way that I see it is I'm too broke to have the cars I really want. So I gotta settle for what I can get the most of, like, I get the best of both worlds. I get something I actually do like, but something that is cheap, and if something, God forbid, does go to shit because I have terrible luck, so I can just brush it on and keep moving. I can't afford to, like, get in debt with, like, a $20,000 car, wreck it, and then still have to pay $20,000? Are you fucking kidding me? I'll fucking kill myself.
That'll ruin life.
Yeah, that would seriously fuck my life up. Okay. Carlos says you should save up money and get a 2010 or better and start grinding. I think that's what you should do too, because obviously with the market right now, people are looking at it as like, oh, everybody got their unemployment, everybody got their stimulus. It's just like when tax season comes around.
Why do you really want the 2010 over the 7? Like, and I mean like details. You gonna miss that couple horsepower, or like does the slightly newer interior make what's the deciding factor that you're like, okay, I'd rather take a hit on miles to get this other stuff?
And for example, with me, I got like a scaled down version. I just get like little beaters because I always want a 240. My little, like, even if I just had a 240 and it was just like a project car that just like ran, but needed to be fucking fixed up into a little drifter. So I'll be happy just to have a running 240. But for me, yeah, for me, I got like a few no exception rules, and it's got to look like the one I want, which is I already came to terms.
I got a cash deposit balloon.
Are you green? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I already, like, my friend had a a hatchback, you know, the one that looks like a probe. Get in the cover. That the chopper or something is like fucking lighting you up. It'll shoot down the balloon, dude. They can be shot down. Don't like get away from it as soon as you put the money, or it might try to target you and actually shoot the balloon. I don't think it targets the balloon.
Deposit it all. Go ahead.
I was like,
But
I
yeah,
don't have any money. Literally no money. And then it's funny because it was at 99%. I can't even put 1%, dog.
send that balloon away.
You shoot down your own balloon like a fool. I'll laugh if it didn't go through. No, you would think it would just drop money on the ground, so I think we're good. Anyway, so for me, I mean, I do love the hatchbacks, and one day I wouldn't mind owning them, but I was just at least able to deduce it down to, if I'm gonna go out of my way to get one of these rare cars anyway, I'd fucking love to get a Japanese one, but that's too much money to get like a Sylvia. So I settle for the S13. I'm sorry, the S13 Coupe. I like the S13 Coupe, not the hatchback. It looks just like it, but the back end isn't just like one big ass window that goes like back like a probe. It's got like a fucking very unique back end. The S13 Coupe is one of my favorite cars ever, and it's actually like really obtainable. Like they make those in America, but there's a fucking like there's a single cam one. It's called the hog nose, and then there's a dual cam one. And to find the fucking dual cam one in decent condition that hasn't fucking got a blown up motor is like super rare. So I'll probably just have to get a fucking S. Like my dream would be, or not dream. I mean, it's totally. I feel like that makes it seem unachievable. It's like my plan. My plan is to get like a fucking S13 if it's possible, but I think it's going to be just harder because they're rare and they're older and it's more likely to be about to blow up. And I'm not trying to go immediately into a motor swap. I want to drive it a little bit as is first. And I'm going to fucking I'm going to consider that like it has to be, as far as 240s go, it has to be a fucking S13 coupe, not a hatchback. Since my friend had one, it was almost like owning one, and I don't want to own it twice, and I felt like I own it, and then it's just honestly my least favorite of the three. I made sure I'm at least certain of that, and I'm really indecisive. But then there's the newer one, the S15, and the S14. But that's where it gets confusing as far as like what's available here in the States. So when it comes to the newer body styles, the 240s, I would take what I can get. Like, if either of those arose, those fucking cars are so rare and people charge so much for them because they know they're little fucking drifters and we're in America and ain't nobody gonna ship those fucking JDM cars over. They bust your balls. They'll be like, I got a shell here, $3,000. Have you lost your fucking mind? Like, I'll give you like $800. Betty or Bertha. Too many B's.
Oh, what the? I got.
Oh, that was an RPG. He's on me. Oh yeah, he got me. He was like gonna shoot the truck, I think, and
He just happened to be there.
yeah, exactly. We came across this path. I'll take it. All right. Let's see. There's no way for me to scroll up in these goddamn comments, so I gotta stay with it. So Carlos says the 2010 is way better. It looks better. You park your 07 next to the 20, and you're gonna feel sad. He said it's no comparison. He said you're just gonna end up fucking selling that shit for another car. That's what he's getting.
I'm always gonna do that.
That's
no
what I would say.
I get.
Exactly. That was my little 2 cents. We all know you have an insatiable appetite.
Yes.
Your part. Okay. Yeah, he says he's got to go back to work now. So ate his or spent his lunch, fucking shooting the shit with us dumbasses. I'm over here just trying to fucking not fall asleep and fucking focus on one task at a time. That's honestly how I feel like every day at work, though. So it's just like more training. I'm like, I can't do this.
Carlos, don't go back to work.
Attack.
Look at the car.
Yeah, right, fool. This fool is having that whole issue where he hadn't been to work. If it ain't unemployment, which I don't know if he got all that shit straightened out. Shit. Gotta make some money somehow.
Hey, that car I sent you, Carlos, that's the one that I possibly want to look at, the 07. Let's see, I can send it to you.
I just fucking keep going in circles. I cannot right now. I'm gonna have to. It's like I just jump on rooftops and then I don't know. I went into all out fucking drone autopilot there for a second. I would just like keep checking every side of the roof over and over again, like looking over the edge and see if anybody come in. Then I realized like, oh shit, you're not even here. Whole match I've been just like, my mind's wandering. I can't control it. Thank God it's over. I'm particularly careful. I feel like it ain't very poppin'. People are like, fuck this shit. So I mean, it's all right, but action-wise, I feel like it's just it's good for farming and not a lot else. One of these days, though, we'll take some plunder seriously. I'm talking about getting first in that shit at least once. I want to do it just for experiment to see if it counts as a battle royale win, because, or as a warzone win, because when you go into your warzone information, it consolidates all of the, like, it doesn't say like actually no, I take that back. I think it does say plunder wins now, but they just changed that. We'll look at that before I start talking out my ass. Now see, my brain knows what it wants to find, but then when it comes to finding it, I just like, where is that again? Found it. Plunder. I'll take that back. Plunder is straight up
look at the car,
separated.
Jake. Tell me what you think.
And I've never won the car. This is your potential prospect. The prospect.
Yep. The 07 with 110,000 miles.
Oh, you know this guy's serious about selling it because this fool's got the fucking either like the Facebook profile type shit, or that looks like he actually has like a nice camera and was like, we're gonna do like a little mini photo shoot with the sunset.
No, that picture's from his actual Facebook. The one on the
that's what I thought.
The ones on the ad don't look nearly as good for some reason. I just wanted to show you the full potential.
Let me show you
It
the
looks like
arrows.
looks like he didn't even wash it inside of the pictures that he took for the fucking ad.
I mean, in his defense, it's like dark and shit, but it doesn't matter. It's good enough. You see the gist of it. It's not like he's really trying to hide shit. It's just, he's like, well, no, I'm not gonna wash the car for the picture, and I'm lazy like that too. You want it or you don't. You can put your own fucking wax on that bitch. But I would wax it before selling it. But only if you fucking didn't fuck around with me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna wax it for just anybody. But those are the rims you're talking about, I'd sell them immediately. I fucking hate those rims.
What?
Oh no, I take that back. Those ones aren't that bad. I had to zoom in. You say that those are really common? I see variations.
No, they're not. Those aren't common.
Yeah.
Those particular ones aren't common. The ones that look similar are, but those particular ones are like a fucking. They're like a top brand.
Yeah, I don't like
American Muscle. Those are like $250 a rim.
Which is a lot or a little?
That's a lot.
Okay. Alright. I don't like chrome. That's just me. Everybody has their thing, but I mean, obviously you could always get them fucking wrapped and powder coated, all that shit these days.
Me?
Huh?
They're not chrome. They're like that.
Oh, alloy. I think you're right.
Aluminum alloy style. Like if they, I don't like chrome either. If they're like chrome bling, I wouldn't like them.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it works. It works. I honestly, I like it, and that looks just like homies across the street, except for your rims are better because he has the stock 5-point stars, which those are fucking ugly. So I ain't go. Those are just too big. I just realized that those are like damn near like fucking 20s. It's like he got the low pro tires and like the biggest rims he could fucking find. I wouldn't do that particularly on my car. But
yeah, it's definitely a different style that I'm used to, but since it's already lowered, it works.
Yeah, and not to mention, like, you sell them motherfuckers, and because they're somebody else's jam, somebody will pay good money for that, and then you can just buy whatever the hell you want. Luckily, that's easily, you know, you literally just fucking take the tires off, boom, here you go, don't fuck me, I'm gonna go buy some new tires. But, yeah, it literally looks exactly like, I like that it's lowered. It looks way more aggressive lowered. He kind of tried to trick you with the angle. I don't know if you noticed, it's on a slant to where it makes it look like that bitch like bagged, but it ain't bagged or nothing like that. Like,
No,
that shit's
on the other pictures it's definitely lower, but not.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks hella low.
Yeah, but I see what he's going for, and he's got the VIP styles that they call it, where the fucking rims line up perfectly flush with the outside fender. How it's just like a straight line down, like if you were to put like a fucking ruler, everything lines up touching that fucking flush line straight up and down from the rim up and down. They call it VIP. I don't know if that's exactly what he was going for, because that's usually a bigger thing in imports. But you could tell that he was definitely going for some real personalization. It wasn't just like the stupid AutoZone shit people do to cars, and it's like, what the fuck were you thinking? At least this guy did it tastefully, even if it's not your build. It's salvageable in this, or not even salvageable, because that makes it sound condescending. It's a good foundation, like a fresh palette to work with, to mold. It's a new piece of clay that. I mean, shit, as long as everything is mechanically sound, fuck yeah, dude, like I said, I like I say neighbor for lack of a better term, but yeah, the guy across the street, I like his Mustang, and he has, like, the dark gray one, like a gunmetal. I do like his color more than his. Yeah, I don't fuck with red, but that's just me, I don't know, ever since I was young.
I think that Mustang would look a lot better with those rims, even with the dark metal or gunmetal.
Yeah, and then you know how they sell those fucking like little covers for the fucking like little Shelby light things like in the middle, like those yeah, you can make that motherfucker look badass. I think that with the newer ones, it kind of looks kind of tacky with that back covers, like sun cover thing. It's like, for one, you know goddamn well you can't see through that shit at all, and then for two, it's just like, I don't know, maybe you can. Some of them look like they're designed. It's like almost.
Talking about the louvers?
What's it called?
Louvers, like Lue, Lou, Lou, and then Vers, louvers.
Oh shit, bro! I never fucking knew that term. I never knew that. So I just said like, you know, the little slanted things that go across the back windshield. Obviously, and they usually cover the back two side windows too. Yeah. I think it looks badass on the older ones, but on the newer ones, it just seems like it's, I don't know, I guess the word would be like, it's like too much of a mix of the old with the new, and it's not like a seamless transition. Like, to me, it seems forced. Like, that shit don't belong there. That's the best way to describe it. Like, it doesn't quite look right. Once or twice you could tell somebody got like a fucking really expensive one and then got it done all professional, and it's like, okay, now that I could kind of see how it's not too flashy, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's almost like those spikes on the top of an Evo. Like, don't get me wrong, it's kind of just like whatever you're in the mood for. Like, sometimes I feel like I want a spoiler, maybe sometimes I don't. Sometimes I feel like I want the big one, sometimes I feel like I just want a little lip, and I very rarely go with like a big spoiler. But this is just like, for example, and I don't know, like, I feel like all those sorts of things is like the same reason why I don't get tattoos. Like, I'll invest all this money to change this shit on my car and then be like, I don't want this shit anymore. And now I fucking can't take it back because the damage is done. Like, I remember you specifically saying, like, you should basically, like, the only thing that aesthetically the Ultima needs, and of course I'm just trying to make it a little cruiser, a little daily. That shit ain't about to be no 10-second car. I don't really care how, I don't want to say how it performs, because of course it needs to be maintained and last for fucking long as it possibly can. We're talking about like performance race-wise. I don't need that shit to go 100 miles an hour every day. So I just want it to look a little bit more personalized, not just like a stock car. And you were like saying how dropping it is really the only thing it needs, because it's got a decent start for everything else. And that's one of those things where I'm scared to do it, because I swear to God, every time I ever fucking slammed my car, Only nothing but problems fucking ever resulted of it. Like, it never was like, oh, this car looks so awesome slammed, and it was totally worth it. Because I don't ever have problems that make it not worth it. Like, my fucking muffler got yanked off. All sorts of shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking problems that come with it. For one, if you lower your car with coilovers, more than likely your only issue is going to be that you're low, you scrape your car, blah blah shit like that. Given.
Yeah.
But if you lower your car with just springs and that's it, that's how your suspension starts getting all shitty as fuck.
I was just about to say it fucks up your struts and your entire suspension. Yeah. But me, I got the cheapest coilovers ever, and then fucking slammed it to the ground that was like the first time I ever did it, because my fucking car modding homies were like, yeah, dude, get these fucking eBay coilovers. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about at the time. He's like, yeah, I don't really
coilovers are like, you mean like the ones that are already it's like a
adjustable
strut with the spring already pre-made into one, right?
Yeah, it's got like a little dial to where you can actually adjust it, like you can lift it up and down.
Yeah, that's a coilover.
Yeah. So yeah, I got all that shit, but I didn't get no like Skunk 2 coilovers. I got some fucking cheap generic ass fucking stiff as a fucking board, about to bounce your ass right out of the car fucking type coilovers. And then, you know, me being a dumbass was like, fuck it, bro, drop it like as low as we can legally to where I can still like get over speed bumps. I still have problems with like a lot of that shit. So it's like, as much as I would like to fucking fix that shit, it's like I look at it the same way we looked at like changing the blow-off valve on the Evo. It's like, unless I change a whole bunch of other shit, it just ain't worth it, because it's going to cause more problems than it's worth. My car's going to look at it like, no, what did you do? And then, just like the fucking radiator, like, who knows, maybe I did do something weird to blow that bitch up, but I don't think so. I haven't put very many miles on it. I don't drive too crazy, and like I said, even fucking hauling ass in your car, I can't tell you what it's gonna, like, what kind of stress you have to put it under to make your radiator fucking explode, you know what I mean? So, oh shit, bro, I've been running around in this shit killing homies. Sorry. I wish they could hear me. I was just running down the stairs, like, running through here talking to you, and I might have killed several teammates. I just shot at anything that moved. I forgot we were in hardcore. Yeah. I'm gonna have to smoke. Every time I smoke, I get a little bit of reinvigoration, but then when it wears off,
I'm probably gonna play like one more match. I'm gonna get off. It's dinner time.
Oh yeah, I got the stream up though, so you can watch it. I don't know if you're gonna come back, but it's like I'll probably be on for a while.
No, probably not. I've been going a little too ham on Call of Duty lately because of fucking keep me distracted, because I'd be going fucking nuts all day. It's like, you ain't got any food, but you keep looking at the goddamn refrigerator.
Bro,
check the damn Facebook every 5 seconds.
I can relate, bro. That's why I said the only two things that stress me out that bad are a goddamn car, or like shopping for a car, and then a job. And it's like, at least when it comes to a job, like, once I got the job, I know, well, it's secure, now it's all on me. It's like with a car, you never really know. It's like fucking a lotto, or not a lotto, because you don't want to say it's necessarily gambling, but there is a gamble involved. You know what I mean? It's just a chance you take when you buy a fucking used car.
Yeah, the shit that be stressing me out is whenever I find a car, I want to be the first one to find it, the first one to message, and the first one to see it. Because then if it's good, it disappears in like 2 days, and that's the way it really is. When there's a good car, they sell it in like a day or two.
Oh yeah, I mean, you gotta think, anytime that you ever did a real good ad or real serious about selling something, I mean, as long as you got your price ranges right and you're not trying to really fucking, talk that shit up and break people's balls for the asking price, it's like, I never thought that it would be that easy. But I get on Craigslist, like, okay, I'm trying to sell my car, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, my car's sold the next day. Who the fuck knew? Crazy world we live in. But that's why I don't trust people. I know it's so easy to sell cars on there that I have fucking trust issues. I go into every situation now a little bit weary than the last, where it's like, I'm honestly on my last leg as far as fucking that shit goes. So much so, which is why I broke down. And even though I got a used car, this time I went through a dealership only because it was coming to me at like fucking, you know, private seller prices. But
Yeah.
but I get the peace of mind of knowing like I'll fucking come straight back to your dealership. You know what I mean? We're gonna have a business issue as opposed to I gotta fucking sue your ass and take your ass to court. We gotta find you, all that shit. So, I always just, I don't want to say always, before I would literally, I was stubborn I refused to do anything other than private. I wouldn't even search for dealerships because, I don't know if you've noticed, but it's like, even though you put used cars in there, there's like some sort of shit they got going on.
Yeah.
Where there's like nothing but new cars and basically, it's like there's still a $50,000 car. Like, dude, get the fuck out of here. That's not what I meant. You know that's not what I meant. So you gotta like, go in and really refine everything, and it just makes it harder to find new shit because everything has like specific search criteria. But yeah, like what my point was is I opened up my searching to at least just include dealerships and private owners, and then I made sure that I put the I put the right asking price, because you know you can filter by price and all that other shit. There's so I just did that, and that did narrow it down to where at least the majority of the dealership offers were like exactly like what happened in my situation. It's like these people got this car as like a what do you call it? Like when you turn your car in or whatever, a trade-in. There you go. So it's like these people got the trade-in, and they're just trying to get rid of it at this point. It's like they literally don't make much of a profit to begin with. Their whole profit was from fucking selling the car, the original car. You know what I mean? They already made their profit. It's like they got you on a lease for the next fucking 10
exactly
years.
What you're talking about.
Yeah, they're just trying to get rid of their junk now and still make some more money to put in their pocket on top of it. It's like a little bonus. So like, well, now I'm going to sell your trade-in after I sold your soul away, or you sold your soul away to me. So as long as you don't get yourself in a situation where obviously you feel like you're getting pressured into something, because these motherfuckers will make you feel like, oh, you came and looked at the car, now you gotta buy it. Like, bitch, I'm walking out the door right now. I don't care what you say. Stop talking to me. You gotta kind of at some point put your foot down, because they'll be like, well, what if we do this for you? It's like, I was trying to be nice. I'm not gonna buy the fucking car right now, no matter what you say. So just leave me alone. And then, you know, if you do want to buy the car, you know, obviously you go about it completely differently. But yeah, sometimes they're just completely outrageous. Where it's like, man, why the hell did you have me sit in this fucking room for 5 hours just to give me this fucking insane ass quote? You knew damn well I wasn't gonna agree. Like, no one's gonna agree to that unless they're desperate to the point where it's just like you have no choice. It's like you just agree to be in debt for forever because you just need a car that bad, or a car that bad. Just don't let that happen.
Nah.
Yeah, see, there's no car I want that bad where I need to spend that much money. I'm like right where, as long as I don't fuck up, I should be able to flip up or just have a project car and a daily. I'm probably gonna go project car and daily the way my fucking luck goes. I gotta have a backup car just in case my fucking daily breaks. I gotta have the race car, which is still, you know, drivable and then like street worthy, and then vice versa.
What you need is some American muscle.
I feel like ever since that fucking day where that shit was so ridiculously squirrely, it just gave me such a rowdy heart attack as to what could have been. I feel like I'm so hella traumatized. I don't ever want to fucking drive a Mustang again. No, I'm just kidding. What it is I underestimated it to the extreme, but it's more so like the recognition that I was so far off on, I guess, like, you know, like when you've driven a car long enough, you know what it's going to take to break it loose. You think, it's like, man, I already punched it like a few times and it got a little scary, but every time I had it under control. It was like, up until that point, I felt like I had punched it way fucking rowdier in some crazy old situations, and it didn't break loose. So I was like, oh, okay, this isn't so bad. But it's from a dig like your tires were bald or something. I don't know what the fuck, bro. But it was damn near dig. I don't want to say I did like maybe like a 5 mile per hour roll because I think we were coming up to the light. And then
It's that low end torque, man. It's so
yeah.
different.
Basically, yeah. I've never known raw fucking V8 power.
You don't need to wait for the RPMs to get up. You got the power from fucking 1500 and all the way from idle all the way up.
Yep, see, like, these little 4-bangers are just all compression. I don't even understand how these fucking giant fucking V8s are fucking able to fucking manage all that shit. I guess it's just the fact that it's just like, well, it's 2 of these little babies. It's like, oh, okay, well, no wonder. But, yeah, man, like, I've driven, you know, the rear-wheel drive 240 even in the rain. Like, I was able to break out loose pretty easy, you know, like, it's like, those cars are just designed well. Crazy Japanese. There's a reason why they fucking almost specifically use those cars for fucking drifting. It's not just like a coincidence. Not because of the way they look. It's like they're designed for it. But, I done lost my fucking train of thought. Because I was getting into a crazy old fight, and then I saw Carlos message me, and I read that shit, and it just like, MIB mind erased me. I forgot what I was talking. It had something to do with drifting cars, specific. Oh, shit. What were we talking about right before that?
Shit, I don't even know.
I bounced around a little bit, yeah. I feel like... Oh, yeah, no, being Mustang traumatized. Yeah, no, it's not something that I wouldn't like to own. It's, I'm just, I guess you could say that, like, I'm not really used to it. And as far as, it's like what I was getting at before. Like, if I'm gonna go through the trouble to get a car, and like, it's I don't want to say rare, but it's gonna involve a lot more effort than just getting something that's gonna get me from A to B and just be reliable. You know, this is something I can actually be proud of or whatever. It's like I'm gonna get something that's high up on the list, and it's like, no offense, you know, to each their own, because if I could fucking have them all, I would fucking have one of everything, you know. It's always really, if I had to choose one single favorite car, there's no way. I would just be like, okay, nope, there's never a time when I would ever have to just choose one. No matter what, I'd have the option to sell it, so I'm not even gonna think about it like that. But, it's just, for me particularly, I have different cars that are up there, but as far as bang for your buck, I think what it really is I'm scared that I'll get a taste of the devil fruit, and I'll the temptation will always be there to test the limits, to be sliding around and shit. Like, the fucking, even just as simple as, like, when we went to that fucking parking lot and we're doing donuts. Like, I feel like with a car like that, I'll be even more likely to do dumb shit, which, don't get me wrong, I plan more or less on kind of doing that and a 240, but I don't know. I guess the way I look at it is that'll be a car that I don't plan on selling. Like, once I
what you need is a Mazda Speed 3.
Shit, bro, you sell me that title for $3,000, then we could see who wins the Corvette.
Snatch it up.
That'd be fucking crazy. Nah, I don't even know what to do about that, but I say, I don't even know. Yeah, let me know. I always think of the town, and he's like, we gotta mess some people up, you can never ask me about it, you can't, yeah, he says all that shit. He's like, whose car are we taking? Yeah, you let me know. $400, it's not even, it's just a principle. Oh. Yeah, money, I've never been so mad at someone other than, are you really trying to fuck me over for money? And then just, like, I don't know, think you can get away with it, like, it'll just disappear. I'll just forget about it and leave it alone. Yeah. One time, a long time ago, one guy I thought was, like, my friend, it was like, I was with my friend Eric, you met Eric, and then, we got really fucking drunk that night or something and stayed at this guy's house. It was during, like, this stint. We were young, we were, like, in high school. It was during, like, this stint where, we would just kind of hang. You know how like you would hang out with random people for like a couple weeks and then be like, okay, well I'm never doing that again.
Yeah.
Or you just had, I don't know, you just grow apart. That's kind of
Yeah.
like what was happening. We were just like transients. And, I don't know. We ended up fucking somehow passing out at this guy's house after like getting Whataburger all drunk one night, and I was like throwing up in the parking lot. I remember like getting out of the Jack in the Box fucking like the little intercom thing, walking to
Yeah.
like the corner of the building, like throwing up in the corner over there. I was like fucking puking. I got back in the car, and I had like an expensive ass like Hollister beanie, and I fucking loved that beanie. It's like, oh, I was almost more hurt about that, but I had a beanie, and then I had like a fucking fat ass like I had almost like my whole check in there. I don't know, I guess I'd been fucked up trying to get my money out to pay for the food, and I put all my money in that beanie, and then I ended up like passing out at this dude's house. I don't even think I went back in the car. I just dipped out. I don't know, whatever the case may be. I got separated from my fucking money in my beanie. And it was like no question whatsoever. Like no matter how fucked up I get, I always like keep my wits when it comes to that kind of shit. I'm not gonna just like, I don't know, like leave something like that lying around. I was like 100% positive I left it in this fool's car, and it was just so ingenuine seeming, like his response when I asked him about the money, that I just immediately just I felt dumb for fucking obviously like, ah man, like I don't know if I can even blame him, because it's like you're just dangling a fucking $100 bill in front of somebody's face, and you try to trust, or you try to, you know, trust their integrity and be like, man, if I drop this $100 bill, but you could get away with it, would you tell me? You know, and this guy totally like no mercy took my beanie and like my fucking $300 or something. And I fucking I like that shit. I tried to look at it as like, oh, I mean, just look at it as like, well, you could have left that money anywhere and someone could have taken it. It's like, nah, bro, like, this fool basically, like, I don't want to say robbed, because obviously there's like that whole, like, well, give me your money, bitch. But it is like a step down from, like, you stole from me so rowdy that you had the fucking balls to try to tell me to my face that you didn't take it. It's like, I still don't believe it. It's like, to this day, I had come across him a couple times, and I told him, I was like, man, you're fucking lying to me, and don't let us fucking cross paths, basically, because I'm gonna fuck you up the next time I see you. And it was like, of all places, I was at the Windcrest barber shop, and I was thinking, damn, out of all the times where I was thinking of a plan on how I'm gonna get this fool back, and I actually have the fucking opportunity to do it, I was like, it's just really not even that serious. It was already like 5 years later. I felt bad because it was like, he for sure would, like, he didn't even see me. I was just gonna like, yeah, I was gonna do this fool so dirty. But it was like the perfect like setup. It's like, I can't believe this situation just landed in my lap. Like, he's just wandering around and doesn't notice me. It's like, bitch, you stole my money. You forgot, didn't you? You should have been looking over your shoulder. He's probably fucked so many people. He don't even know. He wouldn't even know what hit him, but, or like what it was for. He was like, what did I do? I don't know, man. But he's in front of the
What
wind.
are you gonna do? Just run up and be like, "Pop!"
Oh yeah, I was gonna grab like a tire iron or something, and just like crack this fool, because I was thinking, damn, I'm gonna rob him, I'm gonna take his money. But I was like, you know what? Like, that's gonna be some serious shit, because it ain't gonna be like they understand this fool took my money. It's gonna look like a fucking armed robbery or some shit. And you know, like, when you have a violent crime like that, they try to hit you with shit like fucking battery. Like, you get battery instead of just regular assault. They try to hit you with the book if you're not smart. And fuck Windcrest. It was literally right in front of my barber, like right there in the heart of Windcrest. Like, I don't know if you know where that Tokyo Express place is now, but it's like the barber shop is on that road that goes like between there and into Windcrest. There's like a Bank of America or something right there. It's right in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some fucking shit, bro. I was like really, really just fucking contemplating options, and I was like, you know, it's kind of like, I hate to say it, but it's kind of like the same thing in your case. Like, there was ways it could have been avoided, so unfortunately you kind of put yourself in that situation. So don't get me wrong, this person is still fucking up and inconveniencing you, in a way that's usually unexcusable. Like, I'm convinced that this fool robbed me. I'm not dumb. Just like you know
Yeah.
that this guy doesn't have a legitimate excuse for not even giving you a courtesy text message about your $400, knowing goddamn well you have his title. You know, it's like, just have the balls to say something, you fucking coward. Yeah, but I don't know. I just look at it as, I hope you don't look at it the way I look at what happened with that guy, because I look back at it as I would have fucked him up and just dipped out real quick if I would have known that I feel like I don't know, like I let this fool get over on me. I let him get away with it. I let him win. Hell no. It's not like I have some sort of reputation to uphold. It's more like when I think about it, I can't help but get really fucking pissed. And that's all it really comes down to. Start thinking crazy.
Yep.
But as far as that situation with you goes, at least you're on the road. Oh shit. Lever or the shit. Bro, you're crazy.
Who is this fucking guy, bro?
I'm trying to see what Carlos is saying. He says, lover are the shit, bro. You crazy. And I gotta admit, it's partially kind of hard to read because of the word wrapping. Like, it'll have word here and then cut off. Like, it starts on the line below it. It's fucked up. But lover are the shit, bro. You crazy. Lover had to have been the.
He's talking about louvers, I think.
Oh, that's right. Because he don't know how to spell. I don't even know how to spell it.
That's late as fuck.
I never even heard of that word. No, that's me being late. No, like I said, louvers are the. I would have spelled it like that too, bro. Yeah, louvers are the shit on the old Mustangs. Like, if you get a real Shelby GT500 and it's got like all that original louvers and shit, I would never take that shit off. It's just badass. But I was talking about when you see these people with the newer Mustangs and then they go with that modern version of a louver. I just don't particularly care for it. I'm not saying like I hate it or can't stand it or it's worse than even not having it. It's just I don't know if I would put it on there. I thought hard about it and I haven't decided. Like, if I had that option and I don't know, money was no object or whatever, I don't know if I would put it on there. Okay, so he says, to ask you this question, why did you jump 12 years, 98 to 2010? And sorry, Carlos. Now we've been fucking up. I've been zoning out. I'm already in zombie autopilot, as I like to call it. Jesus, take the wheel mode.
I don't know exactly what that means by asking why did I go from 98 to 20.
Yeah, I guess he's saying like what would make you make such a dramatic leap in the models.
Nothing.
Rather than a gradual change.
You gotta remember, Carl.
It's like the economy, right?
I'm a lot more versatile and open-minded. I guess a lot of people like. I never settle on one thing. I don't settle on any one type of music. I don't settle on any type of games.
Yeah,
I don't settle on shit. I'll
Exactly.
swap and change anything forever. You know, sure, I have some things I don't like, but yeah, that's why, from my perspective, I'm not jumping from 98 to 2010. I'm not jumping anywhere. To me, they're all in the same realm.
You're progressing.
If the mileage, the way it looks, any contributing factor lines up, to me, they're all just as good as each other. I'll take a busted old Cobra if it came up and right over a 2010 because it's a Cobra and it's special. It might be a little slower, whatever. It's like, you know, it's just I'm not settling or picking any one thing. So I'm not jumping around. I'm just jumping on what is there.
Exactly.
If something pops up, if it's Cobra, I'll look at it, and if I like it, I'll get it. If it's 2010, I like it, I'll get it. If it's 2007, I like it, I'll get it.
Yeah.
I'm not settled on any one thing. It's just what pops up if I like it.
I can understand that. It's hard to have a specific, I don't know, a specific thing that you're not willing to compromise on, because no matter what, basically, you just kind of get left with this situation where it's like, well, this is what we have to offer. It's never going to be exactly what you want. Is it close enough? That's what you have to figure out. I always feel like, as long as it serves its fucking purpose, you get your money out of it. Just enjoy it while you can.
Oh no!
That's why I buy cheap cars. They like my little throwaways, cause I can afford, you know, to not be in debt and not have a car, but I can't afford to not have a car and be $20,000 in debt. It will really fuck me. He says, you did it because it looks better, bro, bottom line. I think that's what he was alluding to before. Almost shot you, bro, sorry. I missed.
Wait, I did what?
He says the reason that you made such a big jump from the 1998 Mustang to the 2010 is aesthetics, like, because of the looks. Basically, it doesn't really have much to do with anything else other than the way it looks.
Nah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
If there was a Cobra in good shape, I would pick it. I would pick it before.
I believe that.
I would pick it before that. For one.
He says. He says you want a newer car because Maritza got a new car.
Yeah, that would be cool if we matched. That would be cool if we matched up. That was a contributing factor. As a matter of fact, you know,
at least you don't deny that.
I had my mind made up on a Cobra. You know, well, technically, if you want to look at it the way you're looking at it, I would be settling for the 2010 GT instead of waiting on a Cobra. But, you know, I don't care if it's older. I can still say, hey, I got a Cobra. Basic ass bitch.
Yeah, I specifically said I like the S13. That's an older 240. If offered right now, the newer one or the older one, I'd take the older one. And I legit like the way the older one looks. So I could see how that assumption might not be true, because even when it comes to Mustangs, for me, shit, my favorite ones are the crazy ass old ones that you fucking never see, like Eleanor type shit, you know. But realistically, I know I'll probably never have one. So.
But speaking of Cobra, bro, shit. See, right now, this is proof, Carlos. Is if I was really fixing newer Mustangs, because Mertz had a newer Mustang. Right now, there's that '07 that I sent you the picture of. It looks pretty good to me. But
that's the burgundy one or whatever?
I found another Cobra right now. It just popped up 5 hours ago, and it looks clean. Doesn't say anything about how it runs. He just says, got a lot of money into this car. What else?
Send me a picture, because I want to see the Cobra. Don't get me wrong, the GT's alright. But me personally, I'd be like, alright, well, let's keep on looking. I wouldn't be satisfied with that one. Not to mention, that also looks like a car that's gonna go fast. Somebody's gonna scoop that shit if you don't get it soon.
Which one? The GT?
Yep, unless there's something wrong with it or something.
Oh yeah, they're quick.
No, I'm saying someone's gonna fucking buy that car before you do if you don't fucking like jump on top of that shit, you know? Like that's a good enough. That's a good enough. I don't know, how much was he asking for and how much miles?
6,000. He wants 6,000 for it. He already confirmed that with me.
And then how many miles does it have on it?
110.
Shit, bro, that's fucking pretty damn good. Yep.
Yep. The other guy, with the Cobra, like I said, it's very nice.
What's the mileage and the price? Sorry, shit, bottom line.
He wants 62. He wants 62 oboe.
It's like
the only bad thing about that, the only bad thing about that deal is he didn't list the mileage, and I'm like, fuck. So that means it's probably high.
Either that or it's a swap and it fucking doesn't even show the miles, and it's like, oh yeah, I swapped it, but the new motor's got 12,000 miles on it.
I'm not gonna fucking lie. This one looks so fucking clean already. I would literally have to put no money into it. It's already done up, which it's a little kind of makes me a little sad because I don't get to put my own touches on it because it already looks so good. I wouldn't.
You just gotta clean everything really good. You gotta give it the nicest bath it's ever had. Yeah, I hear you.
But after this match, I'll send you guys a picture, the link to the ad so you can see it.
Well, don't be
looking clean.
Don't be
Right
letting
now,
your
there's
eyes
only
get
one.
all big. Would you buy it if the odometer didn't work? And he says that, oh, I swapped it and the odometer stopped working
If the odometer was no higher than like 120, I
when
would
it
buy
gave
it with
out.
a busted odometer. Well, I'm not gonna trust it. I don't care what the guy says when it went out. It could be any time.
Right? He could Matilda
But
that
I
shit.
mean, the lower the odometer is, even if it's not ticking, obviously that means there's a better chance that the miles are lower because they do go out. It's a common thing on them, but usually still they
Make
last to
noise.
at least 100. They last at least to 100,000 miles. So I think it'd be safe to say if it had 120, like it probably went out within the last 20,000 miles. So it can't be too much higher.
Oh, fuck. I just killed somebody.
But
Blatantly.
yeah, it looked so good that I would buy it if the odometer wasn't working. If it was low enough still.
Right, you can just kind of trust someone's judgment. Like, you see this is like actually like a professional swap where everything is like wires tucked, like neat,
Look at me kill
badass, no
everybody,
slop.
bro. I just murder everybody.
Fuck, dude, I would never even think to use Stim in this game mode, but oh, bruh, I don't know how you're like. I guess I don't know. Your brain works like that. You're like, I'm gonna have this conversation about this topic I'm really passionate about, and I'm gonna wreck. It's like, fuck, dude, I was wandering around it.
It's called I believe in it, bro. It's a thing called flow state where you're just like fucking.
Fluid.
I wish you had seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just fluid. Like you don't even really think much. You
That
just
shit scares me. If that makes me feel like I don't have control of my body, so I try to stray away from that. That makes me feel like I let go, and then fucking, it's like let the chips fall where they may. Yeah, that shit makes me crazy, cause then I just feel like I don't know, I can't do anything right. I'm just like in limbo. Just give up. It's like, okay, well I guess I'll just do nothing. I don't know. Maybe I just really do have ADD. I'm gonna try this hardcore shit one more time. I think it's just the fact that I'm talking about shit that, like, that shit's important, because you better believe if this fucking car gives me any more problems, I'm gonna try to sell this motherfucker and cut my losses and then get something I actually want, because that's what it's starting to fall under. It's like, oh shit, well, for like fucking $5,000, I could have fucking bought myself a goddamn badass 240 to begin with, and then I don't gotta worry about just driving around this car for the meantime until I find something I actually like. Like, that shit's obtainable. I could fucking buy a 240 and maintain it now with this job, but I'm not in any rush to get myself in debt over something I don't necessarily need. It's more like I'll piece it together as I save the money, you know. That's why it's more like a project rather than, well, I'm about to fucking pull out all the stops and save up fucking $6,000 and just buy a car, do a swap, and then be drifting in no time. It's definitely gonna be a process, but oh yeah, like what I was getting at is maybe you might have a little bit more luck opening up your search to if it weren't for the fact that I'm not really sure. I guess my radiator busting.
Oh, did you look at the car though?
Oh no, I put my phone down. My radiator busting kind of puts a bad light. It's like, man, the fucking, the dealership could have fucked me. They could have known. There's no way of me knowing. Oh, that shit is badass. It's just because it's a reincarnation of your old baby. That's the only reason why you want it.
Right, it does.
It's like I have reformed. Yeah, that bitch is like, you always see the Mustangs where it's like, here we go, just another one of these typical guys who, which, don't get me wrong, as long as it's a fucking GT or a fucking Cobra, that they ain't driving a fucking V6 Mustang. But this guy
should be looking clean.
That's what I'm saying. This guy, he probably owned several Mustangs like you and perfected the build, because
Only thing I don't like about it is another thing too is the fucking, aside from I don't know the mileage, he doesn't mention if it has any problems, and usually people withhold that until you ask.
Yeah.
So I asked him all that shit, but this guy looks like a fuckboy. I don't like that.
Yeah, it looks like he might just fucking might be like a little rich boy or something. That looks like a rich boy build. Like, you didn't do any of that shit yourself. You gave someone.
No, I mean, like, look at his profile and his picture. Like, look at this guy. He's
I don't fucking do. I don't even know how to. I'm just on the card page.
No, I know. That's all you gotta do is just scroll down and you can see a picture of him. And then if you wanted to go even further, you could look at his profile and see what kind of guy he looks like. He looks like a little Cholo. It's just kind of not Cholo. I don't know what you call that style, but
Maybe I'm sleepy, but oh, have I seen this motherfucker before? No,
it's a
that's
seller.
like an
He
orange.
looked familiar, right?
Oh, I can't find. I don't see no picture. That's all I was getting at.
Oh, if you're on the fucking page for the car or the ad, all you do is just scroll down all the way to seller information.
Yeah, no, the the link that did you click into the link that you gave me and then try to do that? Cause I did that and it must send me somewhere else. Cause there ain't no picture on there. I'm just too
And
sleepy to.
fuck it,
It
other
don't
way
even
you
matter.
just take my word for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure he is a fuckboy. I was just saying I couldn't see him. But yeah, it looks like that's the type of build that I mean he either got it done professionally, spent a lot of money, and that's exactly how he wanted it, and they just did a good job, or he just straight up dropped that shit on someone else and was just like, here, make this car look good, and that was just kind of like the end result.
Shit, for this car, bro, I'll live without AC even.
That's one of the nicest bodies of that. What is it, like a SN95, right? Is that still that same?
That's the SN95, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the cleanest ones I've seen, and that one is is pretty. By now they got stupid amount of fucking miles, yeah, or are fucking crazy, like just ragged out in general.
Even if not, bro. Like I seen me and Carlos went to go look at a '98 Cobra,
Mhm.
last Friday,
Mhm.
and it had low mileage. It had I think it had between 100 and 110, I think. And bro, that thing was like it sounded. He when we pulled up, it was already idling, and he said that it was idling because it was dead, because there's some kind of draw on the battery. He says if you don't drive it in like 3 days, it'll die. I was like, oh, mine did that, and I replaced the battery. It was good. He's like, it's a brand new battery, and it still does it. I was like,
Alternator or
fuck. Well,
something.
I was like, well, that sucks.
Electrical
But
issues.
oh well, I can live with that. Maybe we'll work it out.
Yeah,
Depending
right.
on
Why
how it
haven't you
drives.
fixed the alternator?
Again,
Then?
like I said, it's alternating fine, but then you
Turn it off and it draws from it.
you rev it up a little bit, and it was like hear like some squeaking from the bells. When I push in the clutch, it's like.
You got all kinds of red flags going on.
Yep, and then I started driving it, and it was like fucking like all clattery. Like every time I shift gears, every time I have to push in the clutch to shift gears, I'm like, what? I was like, oh hell no, I ain't gonna be looking like a fucking loser.
Right? I couldn't even, like, how do you even begin to fix that? You can't WD-40 a clutch and shit.
Yeah, it probably needs a new clutch.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And then, but worst of all of everything, it was misfiring too. Like if you like if I try to accelerate, if I'm driving like cruising at highway speed, and I want to accelerate, like moderately,
Yeah.
if I could just do that while in fifth gear, which is the last gear in a Mustang, the 5-speed.
Yeah.
So I could just accelerate, and it should be able to start pulling even in fifth gear. And when
Oh,
I
yeah.
did that, it was just like I could feel it like. First off, it hesitated, and then it was like I could feel it like struggling, like misfiring. If I downshift and have it higher in the RPMs, it was okay. But I was like, nah, I ain't trying to get. Yeah, no.
Yep, I went down that fucking road. I had one of them fucking junkers. Never again. But I was honestly just... I needed some of the motor internal parts. That was when I had my badass fucking SI Prelude fucking... It's called an SH. Just it's like a slight difference from the SI. But I fucking I bought like a older Prelude, but with the newer motor swapped into it, and I knew it was like shoddy, but I just needed the components. I needed to be able to swap it and then just buy the little things here and there to make sure that it actually ran properly and the swap went smooth and shit. All the wiring and all that shit, make sure it done professional. But it was like the foundation was there, the actual motor was intact, and it turned over, but it had that same fucking problem where it was like misfiring and shit. But I knew that my car, before it broke down, like shit, the internals were fine. I didn't blow it up or anything. It just one day fucking turned off and never turned back on. So I was like, if I can just combine the power of these two Preludes, one that was already in really good condition until it broke down and couldn't even figure out what the hell was wrong with it, and then I got this other clunker, it's like, with these two, I should be able to make one working Prelude. But fuck no, I drove that shit, and the bitch caught fire. But that was my fault. Like, the battery wasn't grounded properly, and I had like pulled the battery out of the old Prelude, thinking, oh, well, since it's the same motor, then it'll take the same battery, it'll be fine, but didn't account for the different hood design, so basically it would contact on the terminals and somehow sparked, but they did such a shit job in the firewall, or there was no firewall in the engine bay. Like, after they did the swap, there was just no firewall. It was like completely fucking unsafe. So the engine bay caught fire and the fuel lines and all that, and it just sprayed fucking flamethrower style all into the interior. And the car was just like a fucking raging fireball. I never seen anything. That was the craziest fire I've ever seen in my life. I fucking started basically. It's fucking crazy. I came back from the high. I was off Blanco and Jim's right off 410. My car had like died while I was in like the middle lane, completely turned off, so I couldn't turn on my signals, and it was like an old car with no power steering, so I had to like forcefully get into the shoulder, and I just like freaked out. I was like, I'm gonna get out of the car, I'm gonna go up to Jim's, get out of traffic, because I didn't want to get hit. I already thought I was gonna get hit just being on the highway, like on the road. So I walked up the embankment thing. It's literally right off the highway. Just made a phone call and be like, somebody come pick me up. My car has been fucking like smoking all crazy. I didn't think it was gonna actually catch fire. It was just like smoking really bad. I thought I burnt something out. I fucking like was looking out of the double doors of Jim's, and for like there was like a big long hill down to where the highway is. If you look, it's like almost like a bridge. And I was at the top of the bridge, and I could see a fucking huge plume of smoke. Like, oh my god, my car is on fire. And that's when I said, well, I'm not gonna fuck around with no kind of engine swaps unless I fucking literally bring like I gotta have a mechanic with me or someone who I trust well enough to where with me and their power combined, like, I'm convinced that there's no hidden fucking ticking time bomb in there like that. That could be fucking disastrous. The only thing I was really able to salvage from that car was the rims. I sold them for a couple bucks, and then I had to sell the fucking junk to pick and pull, just so that way I wouldn't have to fucking tow that fucking flaming It was just like so trashy. It was just like a completely burnt car. It looked like it exploded. People would stop by my house and be like, are you okay? It's like, yeah, I wasn't in there. What the fuck? I'd be dead. But yeah, as long as you double check and make sure, like I said, that you don't have some kind of fucking crazy plan that just doesn't seem realistic like I did, where I'm like, yeah, let me just get this car that probably isn't worth the money I'm gonna pay for it, so that way I can combine it with my fucking broken down car that I think I might be able to make a Miracle Frankenstein with, but I'm not even sure. Yeah, I would just stay away from that. Don't buy two Mustangs and combine them to make one Super Mustang. That's where I went wrong. I got greedy. I should have just fixed the fucking lewd. I swear, when I sold the lewd, I feel like the guy who bought it from me was like secretly like laughing on the inside, like he knew what was wrong with it or something. He's like, I'm gonna fix this shit for so cheap and I'll be good. But I don't know. I drove that car for long enough to I at least got my money. So just look at it that way. Even if it ain't all it's cracked up to be. You get this Mustang, it turns out to be a fucking money pit. Just like the way it is sometimes. Something just turns out to be more money to fix than you plan on investing. You'd rather cut your losses while you can, and it be someone else's problem. Start off fresh with something else. It's like, shit, bro. These are the same sorts of things I'm contemplating right now with my car. So it's just like I said, I ain't got quite as much money to work with, but I also don't have as high as standards. I'm just trying to get me something a little better, but nothing that I still more than likely wouldn't be able to just pay off. I'll just save up.
When I think about the amount of money that I have to work with, I'm fucking impressed with myself how quickly I can fucking get that much money together.
It's scary, man. That's what I'm saying. You're dancing with, or it's a double-edged sword. Your gains are far outweighing your losses, but that that scale always begins to tip. The more you can't always be on the up and up. The house always wins eventually. So it's like, why not take that back? Because I mean, it's all about a little bit of luck and approach. Basically, as long as you don't make a purchase that you can't financially recover back from in some way where you just
Well,
basically...
that's one of my main things that I try to do. I was telling I think Carlos is that so long as what I buy, like one of my key buying factors, like I want to say, like aside from liking the car in general,
Yeah.
the next most important thing is, does it have any return value?
Oh
Like if
yeah,
I buy
like
this and end up
depreciation.
not liking it, will
Yeah.
I be able to make my money back at least, at the very least, make my money back?
Yeah,
And if
because
the
even
answer is
then,
no, well then I weigh how much I like it versus that and decide if
is
I
it
get it. That's
worth
how I
renting
decide.
for that amount of time, right? Like, how much am I
Yeah.
willing to rent for this car? Technically, that's how I look at it too. That's smart. Yeah, I mean, the way that I see it is, as long as you look at it like that and you got a level head on your shoulders, and you don't make a fucking decision and go against your gut. I feel like every time I ever fucked up when it came to buying a car, I
You went
fucking
against
knew
your
better.
gut.
Yeah, exactly. I fucking knew better. I knew back away from this fucking situation. Even if this is fucking 100% the deal you're gonna fucking follow through with, wait one more day. If you feel like this tomorrow, do it. I just fucking said, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna do it now. Every time I ever did that, fucking just never turned out to be a good idea. And in fact, the times when I was forced to wait because I'm like, I want it now, and it's like, well, you can't get it now for whatever reason. That's when I ended up with the best fucking cars. So, you just definitely don't want to rush the process, but I understand now that you got the car sold, you need at least something, because you probably had the same feeling I had where you don't go nowhere, but I want to be able to go somewhere if I wanted to. And this
Yeah, what it works, the way I do it too, aside
shit.
from those three things. Number thirdly,
Hmm.
I don't go with, I do trust my gut when it feels the goodness, and
Hmm.
I trust it when it feels the badness, but definitely I trust it more when it feels the goodness. If I fucking get in that car, automatically within the first couple seconds of sitting in that seat, pushing that clutch in and all that good stuff, I know it almost any car, I don't want to say every car, but all of my favorite cars that I ever bought, as soon as I sat in that fucking driver's seat and started driving it, I knew it. I was like, this is gonna be probably the one. Just like the last car I had, the Mazda, perfect example. I never thought I would like it at first, but as soon as I started driving it, I was like, bro, I fucking like this.
Bro, that
And I
night
bought
you
it.
let me drive that car, if I had ever driven one of those before that, I would have fucking strongly considered it being like, hold off on it a little while, and I'll just buy this bitch from you. Because it would have been cool enough for me to have like a little boosted car for long enough for me to like satiate that appetite to see like, do I want to fucking explore this further and go all out and fucking actually get into some debt over like a fucking badass fucking car? Because that was right around like, I want to say reasonable for me, like as far I wouldn't spend that much because I would make you obviously sell it. I'm just saying hypothetically, I wouldn't pay as much as you were asking for it for one, but only because I'd be getting it from you and I know everything, I know all that shit, you know. But it's not saying, I'm not saying that it wouldn't be worth that. I'm just saying if I was gonna spend that much money on a car, it just wouldn't be a
Right
fucking
there.
the
Love
Mazda
you.
I love
Speed.
you.
But that would be said before I drove that shit. After driving that shit, I was like, oh shit, this is
What else would you buy for $4,000? I mean, what would you buy that you think right
oh
now,
shit.
off the top of your
I
head,
don't
that
know.
would be better?
For some reason, I guess I thought. Well, technically, it was 4,400. No.
Yeah, but I would sell it to you for like 4,000. I would,
Oh
give
shit,
you a
bro.
little bit. I would give you a little bit more wiggle room.
Yeah, if you would have done that shit and then did the old, I'll give you $400 when you get the title deal, which, you know, I already would trust that you wouldn't fuck me. I mean, what the hell? I'll find you. I'll find you. No. Like that's just not smart for anybody. Like, I mean, it don't really.
I literally cannot think of a better
I
car
would
for
have bought
four
it.
thousand
That's what
bucks.
I was about to say. I'm so sleepy. I was sitting here thinking about how you're talking about six with all these Mustangs, and I was like, I
Oh
wouldn't pay no
no!
six for the fucking Mazda. But
I mean,
that was just me.
six is what they're going for.
Oh, this fool going ham on you? Kill this fool. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. I was gonna shoot him, but I didn't think
Yeah,
he was
he
gonna
was a
actually try to
fucking
kill you. Yeah, he killed
yeah.
me.
He was our team member, fucking
Yeah,
cocksucker.
he TK'd you. I probably killed him, and then I think he killed you thinking it was me, or maybe he knew we were. I don't know, cause we're both merc. All I know is if I see him again, I don't care about winning this game. I'll kill this fool the whole time.
Well, after you kill him a few times, they'll start killing you.
That I didn't know. That's pretty crazy. That's coming from someone who obviously doesn't TK. Like, if I do it, it's accidental. I didn't know you can kill yourself from it. Oh, actually, all I know is it gives you a spawn. It gives you a spawn debuff also. Like, you gotta wait to spawn for a suicide penalty. Oh no, that's just suicide penalty. I'm sorry. Maybe it does it for TK. I'm too tired to distinguish. But man, car talk, see, that's the thing. There's the monotony of that. Now all of a sudden, it was like, I was pretty sleepy, but I forgot. It's like, shit, I gotta think about that too. It's always best to be prepared. Like, I don't want to fucking run into more issues and be like, oh, what the fuck am I gonna do? I'm already in that situation where if I really wanted to.
What did you buy it for?
Oh, that shit was pretty cheap. I want to say it was like, it was almost. Oh, that was again my point. That was just, you didn't have. I don't think you had the Mazda when I. Did you have the Mazda when I fucking bought the?
I did.
Yeah, but you had just got it, so it's like, how the hell am I gonna be like, ah, yeah, nice new car. You want to sell it to me? That's fucking weird, unless it was like.
Especially for the same price that I bought it for.
Exactly. It's like, come on, bro. You're busting the balls here. But now if it was like a 240 or something, I'd be like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You should have told me about it so I could buy it. No, but I mean, it would be the same way if I saw some badass deals like Cobra.
You just need to fucking, all you gotta do is fucking just sell the Ultima for what you bought for and put into it. Be like,
yes.
Oh, this motherfucker has a whole brand new cooling system, blah, blah.
If it falls back into the whole, if I got a fucking Mazda 3, dude, something stupid's gonna happen. I'm gonna blow that shit up, I'm gonna crash it, I'm gonna get a fucking wreck. It's like, it's what happens whenever I get a little too greedy. If I
That's what you're scared of, huh? You're scared of fucking having something cool because then it's something else to worry about.
Yeah, that shit's fast, and I feel like I'm used to driving hatchbacks and imports. It's not all crazy like a fucking V8 where, like you said, that fucking low-end torque is just gonna fucking spin my tires like so stupid. I'm not even fucking, my brain doesn't even comprehend that you just straight up can never do that. It's like in racing games when you just straight floor it and it makes it to where you have no traction. You like just go straight into the wall. It's like, that is the way it works in real life. It's like, I never had a car that was capable of that until then. It's like, the fucking Mazda gave me a taste of like the Evo fast because it's so light and shit. It's like, don't know what it is.
Oh, bro,
that motherfucker's quick.
Tell you, I miss it already. Like right now, so far, like I said, I've only test driven two cars, but out of those two cars, including the older Cobra, I said it wasn't running well, but man, I haven't felt that fucking power since.
That little fucking, you get a little scary.
I test drove the GT. That shit felt fucking slow as balls. And
Which
then
one?
I test drove the Cobra. I test drove a 98 GT and I test drove a 98 Cobra.
Oh, okay.
The 98 GT was fucking trash. Like that shit was like, felt like grandma shit.
That has the, does that have the new edge body?
No, the 98 and it's the same car, it's just a different GT versus a Cobra. Different motor.
Oh no, I'm just talking about so that way I can visualize it. Which ones are those? Like the 98s?
98 so the SN95, just like the red Cobra I just sent you.
That's probably like one of the last ones or what? When did they stop doing those?
Yeah, 98 is the last year they made that model.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I test drove them. I didn't really open up the Cobra because it wasn't running good. So I was like, I'm not gonna rip this guy's car around if I already know I'm not gonna buy it.
Yeah, he's like, you broke it, now you buy it. You break, you buy it. No, bitch, I'll leave you right here on the side of the street. Walk home.
Yeah. I'll jump out of this bitch and let you crash in.
Yeah, exactly. Goes right through it.
Yeah.
He's like, you break, you buy. Your seatbelt's like already unclicked.
Man, yeah, like the Mazda it just fucking went, baby.
Yeah, that little fucker, I can see why they be talking about like zoom zoom.
Pisses me off the most is this cocksucker hasn't paid me yet. It's such a fucking good car.
That's another thing. I was like, oh, little did this bitch know, like, that could have sold for more. Like, I feel like he really did take advantage of the situation. But again, I hope you learn your lesson. You can't let people fucking mistake your kindness for weakness in the sense that, I don't know. I don't want to say you opened yourself up to it because I'm the type of person where I'm gonna trust someone on their word. I'll give everybody one, but I don't know if I'm gonna give you too much leeway when it comes to $400 because considering that the car was only $4,000 to begin with, that's what 10% of the total. 10 times 40. Yep, you fucking owe me 10%, bro, and the mafia will fucking straight up cut your head off for 10%. Not because they need the money, but because
Principle.
exactly. If I let you fuck me once, what's gonna happen when the next guy comes in here and tries to fuck me for money? Or how am I gonna feel about myself when I just keep letting it slide and build up and build up? Am I gonna go postal or what? Nah. So whatever keeps you sane, like as long as you can fucking accept the fact that if this motherfucker don't pay you, he don't get the fucking he don't get the title, and that in itself is like pretty much like worth for. You would, at that point, if he tries to fuck you, you would just have to counter sue him, which I guess is just the way that works. And depending on who wins, like I said before, shit, you could end up with everything. So that's just the way small claims court works. You know, this fool, I would never buy a fucking car without a title after what I've been through now. I don't know, I can't even say, like, the only reason I wouldn't do it from a close friend like y'all would be because I wouldn't want to jeopardize losing a friendship like that. Like, I'd be like, well, how about we we reconsider, because God forbid if things did go south, you know? It's like, well, we're clearly not going to be cool probably ever again. You know, for example, like what happened with you and Johnny, you know what I mean? Who would have thought that this fool would have been like that about it? But let me tell you.
I mean, at the same time, Johnny was never on the level of friendship that I am with
exactly.
like you guys.
But you still paid this fool. Let me tell you the difference. It's like, bro, I'm sorry, but I don't know. I never saw the exact damage, and I don't know how much it costs to fix bikes and shit. But all I know is it's exactly the kind of thing you worry about. It's like, damn, dude, like, you really would put money before this friend. Like, you realize I'm gonna look at you differently now, right? Like, you're being so materialistic. It's like I can't help but look past it. It's like you're trying to take advantage of the situation, or maybe not take advantage of the situation, but you're not being sympathetic to the fact that it's like, it's a fucking accident, bro. Like, that shit happens, bro. Like, your insurance doesn't cover that, and I'm sorry. Like, I'll pay. I would say I would go so far as to say I'll half the damages with you. Like, fuck, dude. Like, I don't know. It's kind of a complicated situation, but it's just that I guess is different though, because you know it really was just an accident. This it's more like it was an agreement, you know, between two people, and you would expect this motherfucker to honor it, but he just has no honor and no integrity and no backbone, and can like live with like the fact that, I don't know, you are gonna have his title and he's gonna have to come crawling back to you with some sort of off-the-wall explanation as to why he dropped off the face of the earth suddenly, and it wasn't important enough to him to even fucking address at all. So he literally just pretend like it never fucking happened. It's like I can't.
So fucking weird, man.
Exactly. It's like no matter how much I try, like, I can't even look at you in the face the same anymore. It's like you piss me off so fucking much, we can't be friends. So rather than, you know,
I'm thinking about that whole, like, whenever I do get the title, I'm like, hey, bring me my fucking money, I got the title, you fucking asshole. Like, what am I gonna say? Like, do I even want to see this guy? Look at, like, I don't want him to be, I don't want to be, because it's like fucked up. I don't want to be like buddy with him, like, just on principle. Like, at the very least, I'm not gonna be fucking
cordial as you would be, polite, you know. Yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna hand him the title and take my money, and that's it. You kind of, that's enough for me to burn a bridge, bro. I don't have a lot of money, so don't fuck with it, you know.
Exactly.
I mean, especially for someone like on the level that he's at, he's not a close friend at all.
Yeah. Maybe that's the only reason why he's okay with that. He feels like he could just avoid you, go back to what he was doing before, where just doesn't really ever see you. It'll be like I said, like it never happened. I don't know how these fucking weird people think. I'd be like, I want my fucking title no matter what. You better give me that shit. Yes, I'm gonna get you your $400 as soon as I can, and I'm totally okay with you waiting to give me the title until I pay you fully. But we're gonna do this shit the right way, because what the fuck? It's mutually beneficial, and nobody wins if you start fucking around. So what did you hope to accomplish? Don't make no fucking sense, in other words. It's like this fool just disappears off the face of the earth all of a sudden. Like, it's like, oh shit, okay, well, that makes more sense. He wanted the car so that way he could go commit murders or something. yeah, this is a fucking weird situation all around. But I don't know. That's why I don't fuck with people who would ever do that. Like, I don't know anyone who would be capable of doing that, and then I'm generally weary of accepting such deals for fear of how the fallout might be. God forbid, like I said. I don't want you to owe me $1,000 because if you don't pay me, no matter how close of friends we are, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed we ain't friends. At least until somehow maybe time heals that. But I'll tell you right now, until you pay me my fucking money, there ain't gonna be no time to heal nothing. Oh, you better have been saving the money the whole time. Sure, okay, fine. Fuck it, you're now barely just paying me. Better late than never. I'll give you that. But in this situation where he needs something from you, that better late than never shit don't apply. It's more like, oh, here's the money I was supposed to give you 2 months ago. I'm here to get the title. Like, I'm here to get what you owe me now. It's like, oh, nigga, how about I make you wait 4 months, but you pay me now? How about that? That's what I would say. But I'm fucking crazy, and the whole thing, I was literally getting heated. My blood was boiling. I was thinking, what would I say to this fucking nigga if he was like in the room coming to get the title and he had the money? It's like, damn, if this fool said anything kind of fucking sideways to me, knowing that he's a midget, it's like, I'll fucking Hulk smash his ass. Give him like the...
Alright, yeah, give me the money, and then I'm gonna be like, yeah, the title. I'll be like, what title?
Yeah, yeah,
Just
exactly.
fuck
Like,
with him at least.
I'll punk the shit out of you. You want to act like a fucking idiot. Like, it just is gonna be so... I can't believe he won, and the whole time I was just killing myself. I can't imagine how awkward it's gonna be when he tries to feed you. Oh, look at that. I guess I was playing at some point. I don't even remember that. It's all just a blur. Oh, see, I thought I killed at least one of y'all right there. I had to double check.
Oh, going crazy with that old fucking...
Fuck yeah, the Renetti. And I'm just on autopilot, bro. It's awesome.
Renetti.
I fucks with it, but I don't think I can do the akimbo. It's a little too wild. Maybe with out the 3-round burst, but it expends too much ammo too quickly, and there's no range. There's a lot of factors. Maybe I just need to build it. Anyway, I don't know. Let's not think about the whole smash the midget when he comes to get the title thing, because that's evil.
Smash.
And you know he's gonna do something pathetic like beg or say I'm sorry over and over again, or just sound like a complete bullshitter.
Like, just give me the fucking money.
And you still just have to get the money.
Take
exactly.
the title or get lost.
Fucker. Yeah. I just think about how the fact that, like, man, I would have jumped through a little bit of hoops to have that bitch instead of the Ultimo right now. And that's obviously only in retrospect. Like, after you've had your fun with it, you obviously didn't fucking rag it out. I drove it and fucking, and whatchamacallit, also the Ultima, and then your car didn't break down in the time period when you bought it, and mine fucking did. So, God, with all those factors, I might have fucking saved a little money, Jesus Christ, and still had the performance that I'm looking for, you know what I mean? I'm spending money that I could have spent on a badass car just to fix this mediocre car, but the mediocre car, I fucking know everything about it. There ain't no, as far as I know at this point now, it's fucking, everything has been diagnosed, and I'm pretty sure at this point, I could flip it up pretty good. Like, I could tack a little bit of money on, because it'll actually be in the, more in the well-maintained state. Obviously, it's not like in excellent condition, but I would say, obviously, with that fucking radiator problem, that shit was like poor to fair, because it was just like only a slight bit more of wear on it was gonna fucking make that shit inoperable to the point where it needed internal work done. I can't pull the bumper off and fucking replace the radiator and all that shit. I don't even have the tools. It's fucking just like a clusterfuck of things. Not to mention I work now, so I wouldn't have been able to do that in 2 days. It would be like drawn out into this week-long, 2-3 week long process. It's like, fuck that. I'll pay the money to get this shit expedited now. I want my car fixed now. I don't want to do the trouble. I don't want to break shit while I'm fixing shit. Exactly. I don't care. Exactly. I'll take it in stride, because now I can, you know, do it from paycheck to paycheck. And, you know, these people understand you might not be able to pay them the entire amount at one time, whatever the case may be. So I'm at that point where I'm just fed up with the whole, I keep buying these cars, and well, Miracle Child told me, she says in the nicest way possible, it's like, well, I mean, you buy these shit cars, what do you expect? They're gonna break down. But it's like, I still somehow manage to save a little money buying a little shit car. It breaks down. I fix it to where it's back to fucking roadworthy. Like, it'll do the job I needed to, and I'll be able to get the money out of it. I still end up just barely fucking, like, having enough to pull it off to where it wasn't like this fucking huge debt to me or huge inconvenience. Like, somehow get lucky. But then it's like, I don't know, like, maybe if I just saved up a little bit more, or I don't know, just tacked a couple thousand onto my spending price or whatever, I might be able to jump up a tier into the more the more reliable fucking vehicles where, like, for real, it just, like, at least doesn't break down, like, in any way to where, like, it will start at least not fucking overheat. Like, it's functional. I can drive it if I want to, at least for like a fucking year, man. Like, I just...
That makes me sad, bro. I wish you could have bought the Mazda, bro. I really trusted that car 100%. Like,
it's funny.
I never had any doubt about that car, and it was so fast and fun. It was,
Yep.
like, perfect everything. It's like, if I wasn't so obsessed with, like, having, like, a more aesthetically cooler car. I mean, to each their own, though. Some people might find the Mazda 3 look better. I don't know. But for me personally, I don't know, I just got the rumble in the jungle for the V8, man. That's just what I like.
Oh, yeah, no, I would take even, like, aesthetically, I would fucking take the Cobra over the Mazda. I don't particularly like the way the Mazda looks. I just like the functionality of hatchbacks handle the best, like, hands down. Like, it's like driving a little fucking go-kart that's fast. It's like, this thing I can fucking, like, I don't want to say, like, you know, obviously when you're actually putting that shit to work, like, well, I mean, obviously I'm not fucking, like, doing circuit racing or anything like that, but I'm talking about just generally, you can tell the difference when you're, like, on the highway in an SUV. It's like the wind feels like that shit's gonna blow the SUV over. Any little fucking, like, I don't know, have you ever driven a fucking big-ass SUV? Oh, you've driven all kinds of shit, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's something about the compactness of the hatchback that's comforting for me, in the sense that I feel like I can control that shit like a motherfucker. Like, I don't know, like, basically, like, as far as the response goes and all the steering and all that, I feel like it matches up with the power. With your goddamn Cobra, it's like you just fucking slap a fucking forward motor, and there's not really a whole lot of, like, oh, I can't really describe it. It's like a, fuck, I'm trying to think. It's like overpowered. It's like it's got so much fucking just raw horsepower rather than being the fucking stock everything that the car is, you know, used to running off of. It's like I go balls to the wall, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So I can't control that shit at all. It's like, it literally brought me...
yeah, it's a dangerous car.
That's what I'm saying. It was humbling. That car taught me... Like, I basically would have been the guy that you see on TV that wrecks a Ferrari because he was just gonna try to do a fucking quick pull, and the fucking shit just fucking... It just breaks loose, and after that, if you don't fucking steer and, like, you know, correct properly, like, you overcompensate, you fucking wreck whatever car. And I remember, like, for a split second, that thought went through my head, just like, no matter what you fucking do, don't hit anything. Like, on a subconscious level, I still knew that car wasn't mine, and even if it was, of course, I don't want to hit nothing in my car, but I had that, holy shit, my life is about to end, I can't afford to fucking fix somebody else's car, and it was like, they were nice enough to, like, let me drive it. Like, it wasn't, like, all of that going through my head, but there was the recognition of, like, holy shit, this is a fucking mistake. I can't make, like, I don't know, it all happened so fast. I just, like I said, I purposefully swerved to the middle of the road just to make sure that I fucking had enough room to fucking fishtail back and forth, because it was like never ending, dude. That's never happened to me. It was like I was already off the gas a long time ago, and I'm fucking sliding, bro.
That's why a lot of the times people end up crashing Mustangs or any car for that matter, is because You know, especially particularly automatic ones, is because I don't think people realize when the RPMs go up,
Hmm.
they're still, when they're winding down, they're still putting power.
Gradual,
So
yeah.
like, so if you floor to like 7,000 RPMs and you don't brake, you could let off the gas, but if you don't brake,
The RPMs are still
then
there. Yeah.
the wheels are still going to be spinning until the RPMs wind down because they're still connected to the engine. That's
That's
why you
terrifying.
gotta. That's why the secret is. That's why the secret is making sure it's standard for one,
Uh
and
huh.
two, using the fact that it is standard. So you could, as soon as you break it loose, as soon as you're ready to straighten out, the fucking millisecond you mash in that clutch, all the power stops going to the wheels. It's disconnected from the engine, obviously. So
That's
the
just like
wheels,
neutral. Exactly. You put it in
yeah,
neutral.
the
Yeah.
wheels immediately, because since you're moving at a low speed when you're peeling out, they just stop, go pretty much to a dead stop.
Yeah, because I mean, your clutch isn't fucking engaged anymore. I understand exactly what you're saying. It makes perfect sense. You just want to fucking disengage the transmission real quick because otherwise, your car's like, hey, you said go, so we're still going until this shit winds down. That makes perfect sense. And I guess in your car, I just expected that whole process to be a whole lot faster. And I'm like, okay, like I fucking let go of the gas.
It's probably worse with V8s because they're big to wind down.
Oh yeah, bro, going from driving nothing but fucking four bangers to that, I was like baffled. I was like, this thing just fucking transformed on me, and I'll never punch a fucking. I had like those fucking like those videos of people and car meets and they're fucking crashing Mustangs and like cars or crowds of people and trees and shit. I was like, I don't want to be this guy. I don't even have a Mustang. Like the one time I drive a Mustang, yeah, I pull the asshole guy at the meet thing. Like, no, this was never supposed to happen. I'm better than this. So thank God there was some kind of fucking divine intervention there, and it was like, okay, it's not as bad as I thought. But damn, I tell you right now, I let out way before I thought it was that. Like if I had known it was that bad from the get-go, it would have never got that far out of control. But if I fucking hadn't let out when I did, which I was gonna go balls to the fucking wall, we would have probably died for. I would have went like fucking driving into that gas station or something. Like, you told me to fucking punch it on this fucking Miata, and I didn't think, oh, punch it. But don't forget to use your common sense, and don't like floor it to oblivion without knowing exactly what's about to happen. I said, punch it? Ah, okay. It's like everything that happened after that was just like a mini heart attack. Literally thought that that was about to be probably the end of our friend. I remember thinking, damn, if you're not my friend after I crush your car, I understand. I felt so bad. And then thank God it was like, well, thankfully that didn't happen.
Fucking, yeah, just gotta clutch in.
Yeah, now I know, but shit, bro, I was so worried about keeping that shit on the road. I didn't want to curb check. Like, I knew that I wasn't gonna like go flying into a fucking, like, it was already slowed down.
Yeah, we would totaled it or anything.
Yeah, I just didn't want to fucking like bash your fucking tires. You know how like you slide into a curb sideways and fucking bash up your axle and all your shit gets out of whack. So I was just like, don't fucking hit anything. Got lucky. Anyway. Oh yeah, I was like, what got me on that? I was just sitting here thinking, fuck yeah, I would have way rather had, like by now, I basically spent fucking Mazda money, but got Altima, but it is like for certain, like it's like I didn't need Carfax. Now at this point, I got my own Carfax, where I've done enough research to where it's like, okay, it's safe. It's a safe investment. I don't think this shit's gonna come back to bite me in the ass. It's just if I would have known if it was gonna cost fucking $4,000 in the first place, I'd have bought the fucking Mazda. But now we know. So next time we go to sell some cars, and you're talking about getting rid of some cars, and I need a car, we need to do a fucking double switcheroo, bait and switch. No, like I don't even know. You buy it, see if you like it. You don't like it, I'll take it, and then we'll go from there. At least at that point, I'll know.
Well, to be honest, you know, bro, you could have whatever the hell you want, bro. You make a lot more money than I do, and you already off to a great start. You could sell. I don't. What did you buy the Ultima from? Just round number.
I'll fucking like. I want to say like somewhere around like 3,200 or something like that.
Okay, 3,200. 3,200. So, and you put in about to put in like 15. So I'd sell it for like, right now, since you put in that money for it, you might as well fucking drive it for like at least 3 or 4 months. And during that 3 or 4 months, bro, save up like another $2,000. As soon as you fucking have like $2,000 saved, however long it takes, fucking then you sell it and throw that money on top, and that's how you get the good shit.
Yep, because it depends. Like what I'm gonna. That was my plan, but for that 6 months, it's gonna be the probation period for the car. Like if during that 6 months no other issues arise and it turns out to be like, okay, this could be my daily.
That's the thing, bro. You want to get rid of it before it has those issues. You don't want to wait for it to get issues. That defeats the whole purpose. If it starts having issues, you're not gonna be able to sell it.
Well, that's true, but the thing is
without
I
putting more money in.
Well, I literally just got it diagnosed at a shop, so it's not like on a whim. It's like, no, I already know exactly what's wrong with it. I'm fixing the major things. So it's like this car literally has nothing wrong with it. So it's like unless I were to actually break something between now and then, what I'm saying is there's just two options. Don't get me wrong, I am considering yours. That's pretty much like my other plan or possible plan, but I'm thinking that I have no problem with driving this car for the meantime after putting this money into it because I didn't have any problem to begin with, and now I'm only another $1,000 in the hole. And it would have been different, obviously, if I had the $1,000 at the time. But $1,000 separate from this car that I got to go through all the process of going through what I already just did just to have a car, and I don't go nowhere. You got to remember all this shit plays a role. It's like as of right now, I can afford to chill and wait on that. But that's only because I don't even know what I want. Like it's as simple as that. Like if I had a lot of options but had to narrow it down to just one, I don't know what I want. So in the meantime, I'm not gonna be greedy and I'm gonna fucking just take care of the investment that I already got, because it's pretty clear that I mean, I don't want to say that it's not the best time for me to, get rid of this fucker and try to trade up, but I want to say I'm not enthusiastic towards it. Like it's got to be something that you want and you're looking forward to, not this thing like it looks like a hassle. Like I don't really want to fucking do this. I feel like I have to sell my car.
No, of course, man. It's like, don't get me wrong. That's up to you. It's like.
Yeah.
If you don't want a cool car, car bad enough, well then it's not worth it. It's not worth it. That's all your choice.
Well, let me tell you, if I had the opportunity, it's just as simple because that's pretty much what I was getting at to begin with, just so that way you do feel better. I would have probably given you the 4,400, not after knowing that that's the same price you would have gave someone else. I'd be like, well, now you got me the 4,000, but that's neither here nor there. But I would have fucking, because I think that's pretty much around, if not more, what I've dumped into the Ultima. Sure, I get the peace of mind in knowing, like, I've already put that Ultima to my own little fucking, can it do what I need for it to do? Sure, of course it can. Now, I know the Mazda does that too. I would 100% have rather had the Mazda than fucking end up with the Ultima and then pay a little bit extra just to make sure it fucking runs. But again, it's like we could beat ourselves up all day over the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Mm-hmm. But what it really comes down to is I already know that it's not really a high likelihood that this Ultima is going to be like my forever car. I'm not like physically attached to it or whatever. Like I said, it serves the purpose I need for it to do, and now I've fucking invested money in it. So why get rid of it just yet if it's going to cause more problems than good? But yeah. I'm pretty much, I'm contemplating what's worth it. What is worth it to you? Like, what's worth all the trouble? What's worth the money? What's worth the debt? What's worth all the work? I gotta work all these weeks, save all these thousands of dollars. What is it that sets this shit apart from all the rest of them? Does it not just, like, meet the needs and exceed them and more, Does it make you just get that warm feeling inside when you see it? Like, you're like, that's my baby. I don't feel like that way about the Ultima. I know that it's reliable, and I fucking wish.
Think about this, bro. That's what you said when you got it.
What?
That it was reliable.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But
how? You just never know, really, to be honest.
Exactly.
I just would rather have what I like that be that.
Exactly. Like if I, like let's say if there could have been the same possible issue with the Mazda, there could have been the same possible issue with the Altima. It's just
Anything
like,
I've had,
oh,
or anything we've all had.
exactly. Like what I'm trying to say is like, let's say I didn't know what I know about the Altima, and I just had the choice between these two cars, and let's say your car could have had the fucking radiator fucked up just the same,
Mm-hmm.
I still obviously would have taken your car, but I forget that. What my point is that we should just probably, in the future, if that sort of thing, because I was slightly interested, but it was clear that I had just, I don't know, there was something with the timing, how when you're looking for a car, it could be like that fucking same day, it could be like a week from then. So it's like you never really know when that shit's gonna happen. You just know you're serious about it, and if the opportunity presents itself, you'll follow through and do what you can, and hope that it follows through. It was like, how are we gonna have those timelines fucking, when we're going based on other people's availability, like it's just hard to set things up to where, I don't know, you could. Well, no, because I can't say that, because that would be just like if you were buying the car for me, and it's like there's no way you went into that buying that car thinking, well, I'm gonna buy this car and then sell it to Jay. I didn't really look at it like that. And then at the same time, only when I drove, like I was like, these are pretty tight, and I know they're fast because, I've been in the car scene for a while, and yeah, you fucking see them and they keep up. It's like, what the hell? What is it, like a little minivan? You gotta like double look. It's like, nope, that's a Mazda 3. But yeah, they're a hell of fun to drive, and it was like I was underestimating the power, like fucking Anakin style. You were basically like, get it, and I had that flashback. I swear to God, I had that flashback from the fucking Mustang, and I was like, oh man, like I'm not gonna get it this time. I learned my lesson. But yeah, that shit was so fun to drive.
Right now.
Well, just to wrap that up, it gave me that feeling that you said where you're like when you sit in someone's car and I was getting all giddy. Mm-hmm. I was telling you all the things about your car you already knew.
I could tell.
Yeah. And
I could tell funny. You like it.
Yeah, I've driven quite enough cars to, I'm not going to just say that so I can drive your car. It's like, if I like it, I like it. I don't. I'll be honest.
No, for real. I mean, I figured you would. Like I said, yeah. you drove the Cobra too, and I mean, out of all the cars I've driven, including the Cobras and the supercharged one, if I sit in a car and I say, this is pretty fucking dope, I like it, then there's a pretty good chance you'll probably like it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think our taste is too far off in the sense where, I'd be like, nope, no way. I don't want it. Like, what the fuck? We're on total opposite ends of the spectrum. That would never happen. Bro, but
okay,
yeah, bro,
I
never happened? Really just... oh, yeah, sorry, that was really... You like that dramatic shit. Just tell me. How about that?
I got a fucking... Stephen just texted me just now.
Bro. I don't know if it's my luck or... Maybe it's like that flow thing, because when you started talking about it, I just kind of did it, and I'm telling you, my version of that is I can't get anything done. It's not like I'm trying to, though. But, the best way I can describe it is, that's fucking weird.
he said John, ? That's it. So you know what? I bet you he's about to pull
the bullshit.
I'm gonna guess.
I don't have your number anymore. I lost your number and magically reobtained it. Like hey, you know what?
Man, thinks I'm just gonna overlook the fact that I messaged him on Facebook too. You can't get around that. You know goddamn well.
Hey, look, call him on his bullshit. Don't fucking scare him off now. Now, what you gotta do, because you can't let people fucking think that kind of behavior is acceptable. Because if he does it now and you, like, make it seem like it doesn't bother you at all, you gotta hint at it, but not so much so that it becomes confrontational to where he goes fucking automatic defense mechanism, like, fucking, you can't freak him out or nothing, because, I mean, you said he's like a midget. He's probably scared of you. It sounds like the sort of thing...
I just got in the excuse.
Yeah, it sounds like the sort of thing that someone would say to someone if they were scared. And that's always the saddest thing, because I can't even beat you up if you're scared of me.
Yeah, I know.
Motherfucker, why couldn't you have just said something stupid?
The excuse just came in. You ready?
Yeah, I do. This is good. This is so gold. I can't even believe it's happening.
He said. He says.
Oh, by the way,
He
because
said, "Yo,
I'm
man,
slow. Hold on. Before, okay, so Carlos said, "Bro, if it's such a big deal, get your car and give him the money back." That was way back when. And he said, "I don't know.
what the
I
hell, Carlos?
got
Why the
fucked
hell
up
would
on
I ever fucking do
Bro, you
that?
gotta
He's had my car
get
for like
me
2 weeks. I'm not gonna let someone fucking do whatever with my car for 2 weeks for free. Give him the money back. What the fuck? I
Yeah, no,
can't believe that.
he was being somewhat sarcastic. He was trolling at you in the sense where if it
Shit,
bothers you that
nigga.
bad, why don't you do something about it? That's what he's saying. I understand Carlos's crazy talk.
But
but just to wrap that, because I feel bad because I'm so slow on reading it. Or I'll read it and then we'll talk about something and I get sidetracked. He says, "I don't know, I got fucked up or forgot." Oh yeah,
damn, bro.
yeah. He says,
Like,
yeah, don't ever. He says, try to resort not to beating his ass, obviously, because we can't afford to go to jail, and that's why I didn't beat that guy's ass in Windcrest, because I would have fucking
no,
sure went
Carlos,
to
I
jail.
was never gonna beat his ass unless he didn't give me the money, which he wouldn't not do that because he has to give it to me to get the
For the
title.
title.
I'm just saying, I'm just fucking
He
venting
deserves
because
an
I'm
ass beating.
upset. Because I'm upset about it, yeah.
Yeah, if it weren't for the fact that you still need the $400,
Yeah,
yeah,
so, but
definitely.
either way, so, basically, he said, at first I was going to say, what a coincidence, but now it's not a coincidence because Carlos texted him, probably telling him, you know, what's up?
Carlos knows him too?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
he
Carlos
probably
freaked
has,
him out.
he
Yeah.
probably has a little bit more respect for Carlos than me. That's why Carlos was like, probably
Yep.
told him something.
He was like,
'Cause
"You're dodging my
okay, so I
boy.
got the message.
You're
He
making me
said,
look
"Yo,
bad."
man." He said, "Yo, what the hell? I had to get your number from Justin." He's like, "Long story, but I left my iPhone in Houston, and I'm gonna be getting it back in the mail eventually." They said
In the
5 to
mail?
7 business.
And
Yeah,
then
they
I
said
drank
5 to
too much
7
syrup and
business
passed out.
days.
I met
But
DJ Screw.
I do have your money. I can meet up now with the cash in hand, or send it to you. Don't. He's let me know it ASAP. I feel so fucking bad, dude.
Oh, he's hella scared. Either Carlos or you're
So,
scared. He had no reason to be scared of you. He just needed to deal with it like a man and be like, "Sorry, I don't have your money. I'll pay you." Or, "I don't
well,
know.
I
I
just
need
think
one
it's
more
funny
week."
that he just barely telling me that now, coincidentally after Carlos messaged him. So it's
Oh
like
yeah.
he probably was avoiding it as long as possible till he realized, okay, this nigga telling my peers about it. Now I'm gonna feel even more embarrassed, so I better fucking say something.
Well, not even just that. It's more like not just telling like the peers. It's like this shit's escalating out of control. It's like once it gets to that point, this fool doesn't know how crazy you are. And like I was saying, I'm a right. Like, I don't really give a fuck what you're gonna fuck this guy up for. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand the whole concept. We could go to jail, but if you were really serious about getting that money back or something, oh, well, we're just gonna get your money back. Like, we ain't gonna necessarily have to go to jail to do that. You could scare the shit out of people and not have to do anything illegal. But yeah, all I can
So, yeah,
say
I'm gonna tell
is
him.
it
I
sounds
mean, I
like
don't
he
know what
doesn't
to
need to
tell
be
them.
scared.
It sounds like a legit excuse, whether it's real or not. But either way, still
Exactly.
need to bring me my money now. I'm gonna tell him tomorrow.
Yeah, tell him, look, like I can understand, you're going and paraphrase, of course. It's like, look, I can understand, like, don't really entertain that shit too much because you just want to fucking acknowledge it and then drop it because it sounds like a crock of shit.
Yeah.
So just it's fine. And then pretty much,
I'm
but
just gonna
I
say.
am gonna need that money.
I'm gonna say. Well, yeah. I'm gonna say that's fine. You can come by
Mhm.
tomorrow.
Yeah, and then say, I'll make sure to get you the title though as soon as it comes in. Obviously, it's not in yet, so you know, like, don't worry, I'll still give you the title. But yes, I would like the money because we already agreed on it, and I need to just emphasize that it's not so much so you're late. Tell them like I need that money. I had plans for that. I need that money to get another car. I'm waiting on this money to make my moves. Just like you got a car, I'm trying to get my car too. You're getting a car is raining on my car parade. So explain it to him like that, and he'll fucking get it because he sounds. It sounds like the type of excuse that's like so elaborate. Like, you don't work for me, bro. Like you don't have to go in. Like you don't have to tell. I'm not gonna believe you either way. It doesn't fucking matter what you say. So the more elaborate the lie, it's just more time you wasted. Like use that time to get me my money for real this time, and don't fucking disappear. Because everybody, like I said, everybody gets the nice cordial. Yes, you can just give me my money, even though you disappeared. We're gonna pretend like that didn't happen because I still need my money. fucking exception, but then they fuck around again. It's like exponential. Okay, now I'm tired of the games. I got time for this shit. I got bills to pay.
Bro, matchmaking has been fucked up tonight. You notice that? We've been in matchmaking for just team deathmatch forever.
So much so that I chalked it up as it was looking like it was matchmaking on my end, but it just wasn't. I wrote that off as a L. It ain't ever gonna matchmake. Or it wasn't matchmaking, I'm sorry, yeah. Like I said, sometimes the screen looks different for me where it's got like a line going across, but it ain't really loading anything. And other times, it's got the fucking line, it sure is loading shit. It's stupid. So hey, you know what? I don't know, Carlos literally just messaged him today, like right now.
I don't know, it seems that way from what Carlos messaged me right now.
I wonder what Carlos said to him. I can only imagine.
Carlos, did you hear? Oh, I was about to ask Carlos if he heard the whole story, but he just said LOL to me right now, so I guess he heard us.
Alright, good. He's like, man, Jay don't know how to read right now, which I don't.
Thanks for I don't know what you said to him, but thanks for messaging him because all of a sudden he's got my money for me.
He heard us plotting and fucking talking shit about how we were gonna Hulk smash his little fucking. He was trying to save his little midget homie. He knew he was about to get ghetto blasted. Fuck around with my $400. Yeah, bro, it ain't the money, bro. You think you can fuck me and then disappear, no call, no show style, like you work for me and just don't want to work for me no more? Bitch, I own you. You ain't getting out the game. You're getting out the game in a fucking box. Nah, I think it's funny that that's all that he needed to do in the first place, and for crying out loud, I hope he learned his lesson in the sense that give the excuse when it's like still relevant and you can be respected in the sense that you got back to me in a timely manner. It's like I don't know, he came up with such, it's like one of those he thinks he's got you checkmated lies to where there's no holes in that. There's no way you could poke a hole in that and say, well, why didn't you just do this? It's like, are you fucking stupid? Like, I messaged you on Facebook and all that. You can only access your Facebook from Houston? I don't know.
All right. Yeah, that's the only hole in the story. I mean, like, I don't care who you are, you probably got on Facebook, and I seen, and it tells you when they've been on Facebook, which you had.
You forgot your login, and then after that, you got amnesia and couldn't unlock your account in some way, bro. I'll fucking.
Like I said, it's just like I said.
Yep.
Whether I don't know what Carl said, but even if he just said, hey, anything
doesn't matter. Yeah.
He's that's just telling him like, hey, it
didn't matter what he said.
This is serious enough to where, it's been talked about amongst his friends. So.
Yeah, because you were trying to reach out to him, and he was just straight dodging you, and it was about to get to the. Like I said, I can understand at that point if you're like, I don't know what the fuck, but like,
I'm
this
thinking,
is stupid.
Well, honestly,
you're just avoiding
what
me.
I think he just there was certain things on the car, like it made like a crackling noise, like when you stop, because like the bushings on the sway bar were kind of rotted out.
Yeah.
So the suspension would shift forward a little bit if you stopped like at a certain speed or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
And he made it pretty clear that he was going to fix that immediately, and he knew how to fix it. Blah blah blah. I'm just thinking maybe stuff like that. I know he said he didn't like the RX-8 rims. I'm like, maybe this nigga just wanted to buy the shit he wanted to buy for it and was too impatient and said, fuck it, he put me second.
Again, that's not the problem. Like, he could have done that and just been like, I just am not going to have your money when I said I had your money. Or I was going to have your money. Like, the problem is...
Honestly, if he would have said, I'll give you 4,000... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if he would have said, I'll give you the 400 after I fix this shit, that would have been... I mean, I wish I just would have known.
Exactly.
Getting my hopes up was the worst part of everything.
Well, not even just that. The worst part is not even knowing if this fool plans on paying you at all. It's like it went from, I was convinced you were going to pay me, to,
bro,
is your dumbass not going to give me
for nothing?
Exactly. So it's just more of the inconvenience. He was okay with making you squirm for no fucking reason.
I just had to be fucking stressed out for a fucking little while. I'm just glad he's gonna give me the money.
Yeah, well, yep, I don't know. When you pour like us, I don't fuck around when it comes to money. As I said, I'd be careful when it comes to giving people exceptions. Tell them, well, I see where you're coming from, but you're gonna have to wait. Come up with the 400. Tell him if you're really having that much money, maybe or that much trouble, come up with half of it. Try to see how motivated he is. If he's just like oddly shutting it down, like, well, what do you mean you can't at least try to come up with 100 out of the 400 I'm asking for? Why not? You got $4,000, right? You can't get $100 more. You didn't have any money just in case it didn't go as planned.
Yep, and you're supposedly well off.
Exactly. There's just so many things that don't add up that it just makes me not like you, basically. It's like I can't even fucking pretend to believe a fucking word that ever comes out of your mouth now. I don't like you, and I feel like I'm fucking stuck with your ass now until we're done with this shit, and then I'm like, fucking, you don't even exist to me, you're dead to me. And I don't like that feeling of, I still gotta put up with your fucking ass, and I can't stand you.
Fool me once. Fool me once, can't get fooled again.
Exactly. Like, next time, I'll be nice the first time, but just don't let nobody slide on no 4 bills. 4 bills is enough to fuck over anybody pretty bad. Yeah. But man, oh man, all this talk about cars, you better keep an eye out for fucking imports that run and shit, bro. You know you be on there so actively, you be seeing some shit, but you too busy looking for your cars to be even putting anything else on the list, I know.
Nah, I just look at cars in general sometimes, like, just because I'm bored.
Yeah, all the rare ones.
I'm absolute. I've seen a few. The funny thing is that I've seen newer, like I said, I sold mine for 4, but I could buy like a 2010 or a 2012 Mazda Speed 3, the next generation up, if I wanted to. Yeah. And so sometimes I'm like, man, I like the other Mazda so bad. If I got an even newer, nicer, more modern one with Bluetooth and navigation, I might like it a lot more even. Then I keep telling myself, no. Sounds like a great idea at the time, and I'm sure they're great cars just like my other one was. But why did I sell that one to begin with? Because I want a fucking muscle car. I can't betray that again, because then I'll just end up back in the same boat.
Exactly. Like, think about if you had a fucking... Well, I don't want to put it that way. I don't know. You can't kid yourself. That's my number one problem. If I don't even know what I like, how can I be mad at someone when they end up giving me something that I don't end up liking? Well, maybe I never liked it to begin with, but I forced myself to like it. It's like, or, I don't know, basically settle. Because you know that you can't have your cake and eat it too. So there's this gray area in between where it's how much, of the this is what I want factor am I willing to sacrifice to save some cash, you know what I mean? Obviously, you could spend $50,000, get yourself a BMW, all the bells and whistles, has everything you ever wanted, but I'll fucking never do that, and I'm okay with that. If you're one of those types of people, that's just the way it is. I'm not gonna pretend to want a fucking BMW if that shit is of no. I don't need to impress anybody. I'm not like one of those people you see in those stupid videos where I don't know.
Watch this shit.
I was just thinking that we be out here all absent-minded, still getting to play this game. I'm just fucking around right now.
Aw, that wasn't even that good. It didn't even let me finish.
Yeah, you must have done something before that or after that. I know how that is. I feel you. I don't know, man. Like, I guess the best way to describe it is team effort. We have to have the hive mind. With all of our powers combined, it would just be illogical for me to make the same mistakes. I don't really feel like I'm making worse mistakes. It's just, it comes with the territory of I've only got this much money to work with. You're gonna take a hit somewhere. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. You get what you pay for, and I understand that. But I only had so much money, so yeah, sorry. But yeah, just in retrospect, we could always do better. Like, I could have made that fucking, I could have spent that $3,200 on a different car and got something I'm happier with. Instead, I'm stuck with this shit, just like you're stuck with the little midget guy who's bullshitting you. It's like, I'll deal with you because I still need something from you, but after that,
He
I
said,
don't
this
know.
nigga
Yeah.
said, I said, that's fine. Come by tomorrow after 5
Yeah.
to drop off the money. And he says, of course, man.
Oh shit, yeah, he's like, thank you, Sarah, thank you. He's like bowing and backing up.
That's what I like to hear.
Yep. Tell him you sit down when you pee. Oh shit, bro. I would love to see.
What about such a savage? He's like, comes over because it's just gonna be him. He hands me. I'm like, he hands me the money. I'm just like, fucking gut check him, punch him right in the fucking stomach as hard as I possibly can. And he's just like, fucking knock the wind out of him and be like, that for not paying me in time, motherfucker.
I got such a good chuckle out of that it's just like, fuck. I almost wanted it to happen. Like I almost like fucking cheesed and shit as I was thinking about it, but at the same time, he's gonna like cry or something. That's what I was gonna say.
I
Like
wouldn't do that at all.
it's gonna be. I know. I was thinking, does he deserve it? And part of me was like, well, fuck. Maybe he will never do that again, and you might save his life because shit. You come across a person who's just a little crazier than us. You damn right they'll fucking beat the living shit out of you for fucking around $400 for that long, and then come and having the audacity to try to fucking lie to me. Shit, bro, I would have already found your ass, been at your door, and been talking to your family. Like, if you don't get him in here right now, I'm gonna fucking kick the door in, and we're gonna see if he's home, or call the fucking cops. And then we'll see how quick they get here and how much damage I fucking do before they get here. Like, I'll burn this whole bitch down. I don't even fucking, like, I'll disappear. I don't know. You always gotta have that one goon type motherfucker who's not associated in the situation at all, where you bring him in to fucking, basically, obviously go all, I don't know, I'm just a phantom in the night, you don't need to know me, just don't fuck around anymore, and there won't have to be no problems. Hopefully they get the picture, and all you gotta do is freak them out. But yeah, I mean, like I said, you're in, like, I don't want to have to freak you out. I'm not a bad guy. You did something wrong enough to make a fucking really understanding guy be like, fucking let's do it. Who do you got problems with? Let's go. So if I'm the one that's on the other end of that, you definitely deserve it. If you'd have punched him in the stomach and I'd have been there, I would have had to try real fucking hard not to laugh, because I probably would have laughed. I don't even know what this guy looks like, so I imagine someone who looked like Moises or whatever, like Moses, and I was like, man, if you were to just punch this little guy so hard in the stomach.
The closest person I could think to what this guy, like, friend that we have that's similar to him, even in height, but maybe this guy Stefan's even a little shorter, is Ray. He's like Ray.
Oh my god, bro, that's like I don't know, like punching a child. And then didn't you? Someone told me you already fucking. That's kind of funny though, because someone told me you fucking punched the shit out of Ray one time, and he, like, the way they described it, it was so funny that he like rolled away, like you embarrassed the shit out of him. But I bet he deserved it too, cause he.
Nah, he didn't deserve it. I was a fucking drunk asshole.
There's
because he's always talking about like.
I don't remember.
Kumite and Bloodsport and all this stuff, and he's like, yeah, we should be in a real Kumite, and I'm like,
oh, the Mortal Kombat went to his head.
You know what? We've always talked so much about fighting, Ray. Do you have any experience fighting at all? And I mean, you never underestimate it. You can never underestimate someone just because they're small, believe it or not. So.
Oh yeah, no, fuck me.
So I was like, this guy talks a lot about it. So I was just being drunk and curious. I was like,
beat your ass.
I was like, can you be about it? Like, can you fight at all? Have you ever been in a fight? Like, and he was like, nah, never. I was like, blah, and I was like, you know what? Put on the gloves, man. Let's see what you got.
You fucking Tyler Durden this fool.
Yeah,
Rowdy hardcore.
I told him, and here's the part where why is me being an asshole is because apparently I did tell him, I was like,
you weren't gonna hit him back.
I told him I wasn't gonna hit him back. I was like, who
the fuck believes that, bro? I don't care. I was like, you can come at me with everything you possibly got, bro. Let me tell you in advance. If I ever tell you that and you hit me so hard that it hurts me, there's this thing that I can't control, and I automatically hit you back. I'm sorry. So I apologize in advance.
Yeah. But fucking and I said I wouldn't hit him. I just wanted to see. I want to see what he's got. I was like, give me. I was like, give it to me. Like, he's much smaller than me, so I was like, give me.
Give me your best shot.
I didn't underestimate him, but I underestimated him. I was like, just go fucking go crazy, man. See, let's see what you got. I was just gonna move around and
you leave it open to him though. It's like, well, how far are you gonna take this, you psycho? You start trying to fuck me up.
And I trust. It doesn't matter. Like I trust in my own skill and durability enough for someone Ray's size. Even if he was really good, if I was in trouble, it'd be hard for me to be in trouble for someone.
Well, what I'm talking about is, I feel like the whole thing is just like a fucking clusterfuckery because every single time ever I've tried to have a civilized fight, something always kind of kicks in where I don't know. It's just it's not a civil act. So to try to like make it seem like these rules and shit are gonna be honored in the heat of the moment, like nobody ever follows the rules. I notice. I feel like I don't know. When it comes to fighting, your instincts just have to be there, and I don't know. What I take from it is he has no instincts as a fighter.
This may not be going the direction you think that if, like, cause you keep bringing up that you get hit, it changes the rules, and there's no rules. That wasn't the case why he got hit. If that's where you thought it was going, he didn't hit me at any point, and then I was like, oh, that fucking, that kind of hurt. Now I'm gonna hit you back. And it was never that, never even got to that point. He would just walk in. He was just standing there, and I'm like, come on, hit me, like, let's see what you got, give me all you got. I was like, if you hurt me, it's fucking 100% fine. Like I said, I was confident enough in myself to where I'm not gonna I'm gonna be bobbing and moving and blocking with my gloves. And I was like, there's no way he can hit me hard enough to like genuinely hurt me. I don't think so anyway. And that's it. So I was like, give it everything you got. And he just walking around, tapping, he's just barely tapping at my gloves, like, so very lightly. And
y'all both had gloves on?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that shit. Okay.
I was like, you gonna punch me? I was like, come on, punch me. I was like, come on, like, give it everything you got. Let's go for like a minute or two. And he just like walking around, like he would not throw a fucking punch at me. And I'm like, I was like, fucking hit me, motherfucker. Come on, let's see what you got.
He says you lack discipline. Carlos says you lack discipline.
He was like, hit me, motherfucker, hit me. And
Ray said that to you?
No, I'm telling him that.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Because he's being a pussy.
Oh, okay, so you were really... I'm sorry, I was reading this shit.
I was like, hit me, motherfucker, hit me. Like, come on, show me what you got for like 2 minutes. And I started, and after a while of him not doing anything, I started tapping his gloves back. And then I was just fucking, like, I was being retarded at this point, because I was just doing like the speed back thing to his gloves. He wouldn't like do anything, so I was like, hit me, Ray, or I'm gonna hit you.
Yep.
and he wouldn't hit. I was like, get mad, bro. Maybe we'll see what happens if you get mad. I was like, hit me. And then he for like another 10, 15 seconds, he just kept doing the same. He would not fucking hit me. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna give him a nice little hook to the belly. And I fucking did, and then he fucking was like, fucking fell down and rolled around and lay there for like 5 minutes, just like pretty much like what you heard.
The way I picture it is so bad, but I don't know. I feel like I embellished it a little just in my mind. It's all like Dave Chappelle show style, but bro, I don't really know what else to say other than it's a little bit like I don't want to say, it's hard to put into words, okay? The moment you put on gloves with me and then you're in the ring and then I've already basically established in every way that this is about to happen unless you do something about it, right? And the sense that, I mean, you could stop. It's like, you could say, no, I don't want to fight. It's not like I'm going to be like, put your fucking gloves back on, you pussy, I'm going to hit you right now. Like, it's not like we're possessed by demons all of a sudden. If you don't want to fight me, just fucking say you don't want to fight me. don't fucking dance around me like you're gonna hit me and you're trying to feel me out and then get mad when I fucking check you. After we have gloves on, and I said I'm gonna hit you if you don't hit me, and we basically agreed we're about to fight right now. Like, we didn't establish like what level, but it's like you expected something, right? Like, I wasn't gonna pat you on the ass, you know. I was like, you might get hurt. I knew that. I felt the exact same way with Tim, except for imagine being like, oh, okay, this is just like a normal good little boxing session. This is good. This is like, I feel like we're both kind of learning from this. I feel like I'm kind of over, like, I felt like Tim couldn't hang with me, but I wasn't about to embarrass him in front of y'all. I could have fucking knocked this fool out. I could have fucking straight knocked this fool out. I'm not gonna knock this fool out. That's fucking ridiculous. I would be a terrible person. No part of me wanted to do that. But when I ran into that stiff jab, and I'm thinking, this motherfucker could knock me out without trying, and I could box better than him. I was like, well, we're gonna see who the fuck gets knocked out first. And at that point, it wasn't about all the whole friendly logic, all that shit went out the window. All I remember was like, I almost fell over, and if I fall over, that's a knockout, that's a knockdown. KO. It's like, nope, I'm not gonna fall over. So I fucking bounced off the car, and it was like life snapped into me. I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like, hell no. And then it was no more games. But see, the thing in Ray's situation, he knew goddamn well, more or less, what he was getting himself into. People who are, you know, if he was too scared to fight you and wanted to back out, he should have just done so, but he should have never put those gloves on. It didn't and then expect not to get hit hard by you. I fucking figured when we boxed that I probably would fucking lose one of my teeth. But I don't know, that night was a night after, like, I felt like we were the leaders of Fight Club and everybody else had already fought. And it was like, well, fucking, it's like 6 in the morning. We got nothing else to do. I was like, I want to fight. I'm like a crazy person like that. But he doesn't have that fucking, that psycho, or not that like, I don't want to say animal. It's like competitive. I want to know.
It's a kill switch, like, kind of thing. Too, like, I tell you what. One thing that difference, like, that I think me and you and probably Carlos too, maybe. I would say Carlos and a few others. Or I think, I don't really know too many people who have it, but if you're having a friendly boxing match, like, a lot of people can't turn off their emotions.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, when I'm boxing you, I'm boxing you to beat you. You're my opponent. You're not my friend right now.
Oh yeah.
I can mentally do that and think about winning only.
It's
you're my bestest friend in the world. You're my bestest friend in the world, but right now we're fighting. So it
wasn't more obvious. Who told you?
Or it's like when I watch someone like my brother fight, I feel like he's hindered by the fact that he's not 100% trying to kill you or hurt you.
Yeah, but I noticed that I think that most of the people he fought, he had, like, respect for. It's not one of these, like, street fights, felony fucking fight style, or I'm gonna fucking knee stomp your ass. It was always, like, until it came down to, like, I don't know, people who actually pissed him off, or people who could get him upset, then that little bit of emotion would get involved. But, yeah, your brother, I mean, I feel like he's got enough common sense to where I think he'd be able to hold his own against, like, an average individual, but he needs to be up there above average like us. He's already got the build, and all you gotta do is just be able to fucking, I don't know, it's hard to describe. Like, I visualize hurting you in different ways, and then I just keep trying different ways until that shit works, and eventually one of them works. And I gotta do that before you do the same thing to me. It's like fucking chess. I don't know. But what I was saying is I got that same feeling from fighting Tim, because I think at that point it was pretty much established. It's like, okay, it's time for Shao Kahn. we got to fight someone else. I need someone on a higher level. I'm pretty sure I fought Tim before I fought you. And I remember that you would wait for me to hit you, in which case I was like, well, damn, now I'm setting the fucking standard. It's like, well, how rowdy are we going to go? So I'm just feeling out the waters. But then I realized that you were counterpunching me, so I just wouldn't hit you at all. But I wasn't about to sit there and let what happened to Ray happen to me, and that never happened. I was like, well, you're gonna have to do something eventually, and I had to try to be tricky. But yeah, no, you made me pay for it. I swear, even to this day, I don't know if it's just me, but one of my teeth is still fucking loose, and I think about that shit. I'm like, did this fool check me in the mouth so rowdy that I got a loose tooth forever now? Like, if my tooth falls out one day, we're gonna box again. But with gloves.
He's like, might as well.
I owe you a tooth.
Might as well. I already lost a tooth.
Exactly. Now either I'll be down 2, or it's like double or nothing. Well,
oh, that's funny shit.
you owe me a tooth. You're gonna give me the tooth I knock out. No.
Hell, man, it's already half gone, and I need a new one anyway.
Yeah, my teeth are all gonna fall out. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, fucking. Yeah, that's just fucking funny.
Yeah, I just remember thinking, I know we're boys and all, but that shit hurt. And I was thinking, like, there was like a point when I was smiling, and then I remember the smile fading off my face. I was like, yeah, this is fun, you know, that was a good one. And then I was like, okay, like, I gotta really think about this shit. But the fun thing about that is, yeah, I mean, nothing. We got a few good exchanges in. I had some fun. I don't went by fast. I don't even remember what happened. I think they were timing it and everything. But
I wish I had the video of that one.
That's what I was just thinking about.
We were watching the video. Me and Carlos the other day watched Kevin's whole fight with Randy.
Yeah, Randy, when he was a little badger, when he ran at him like a fool.
We must have been pretty drunk, because I remember I thought I remember Kevin doing better, but after watching the video, it's not necessarily that Kevin did better, more than Kevin was way more resilient and physically in shape than Randy. So by like Randy came out and did Kevin pretty good, but he didn't have enough skill, or skill was already fucking gassed. And Kevin, he could keep bringing it because he was skinny and shape. He was gym going at the time, so he was stronger, had more muscle stamina. And so that's when Kevin started fucking doing a lot better. And even to, like, if it was a real fight, Kevin would win because of that stamina. Because there were several times where they would wrestle around, and Kevin ended up on top. And Kevin could have, ground and pounded his fucking head in. But it was at that last, Randy was so tired that he just was getting too sloppy, and Kevin fucking socked him one good time, square in the face on the last round. And after that, Randy was like, "All right, I'm done. Respect."
Yeah, he decided to retire before he got embarrassed. He was like, "Okay."
Bro, he got hit. Like, that was, Kevin got hit a lot more times, but that was probably the best contact right to the face.
Late in the rounds, bro.
Kevin to Randy.
Yeah, late in the rounds. Well placed.
He ate it directly right dead center in the face.
Yeah, bro. Those are the sorts of ones that'll. If you got any kind of monster or beast inside you, you about to find out. Because I mean, you can't see, you can't think for a second. I mean, I don't really know how to describe it other than it's like I didn't want I don't want to fight you. All of a sudden, it's more like, I don't know. That's a really hard thing to put into words, because obviously there was a point where we recognized it's like, okay, we should probably stop now before we fucking go crazy. Like, it was clear that we got enough out of that we needed. And it's like, I can't really, if I were to go into it the way it got all pumped up, I feel like it would be really awkward afterwards, because we'd all have to be in the same spots. And it's like, man, I just went at this motherfucker like I was fighting him for real, because, like you said, you never know. How the hell do I know that if I don't bring everything I got, you might fucking knock me out? Like, I can't take that risk. So, what Randy didn't understand was the sweet science, and how sometimes it goes to the scorecards. You can't fucking fight a 12-round fight in one round. But
yeah, if you're gonna go all out, you better be sure you can fucking end the fight quick, because Randy all he did was gas himself out.
Yeah, he would have got choked the fuck out. What was I gonna
I don't
say?
care who I'm facing, big guy, small guy, anything. I'm always gonna fight at the fucking same pace that I fight, medium. I'm not gonna fucking, that's some, when I was younger and we were young teenagers, and me and Carlos had Carlos, or should I say, had Fight Club at his house, and he'd make me fight.
Oh
his
yeah, that's what I was
cousins
saying. This is different from us just like sparring around with the
Yeah,
gloves. This
back
is almost
then-
like
back
we've
then-
agreed to pretty much fight.
Yeah, when we would go back then, we would just like with no
Little
gloves. I mean
crazies.
body shots, but we
Oh,
would
yeah.
just fucking. When I would fight back then, I would just do this fucking machine gun fist, fucking punch as fast,
You're
punch
fucking
as fast and hard
the Mortal
as humanly
Kombat one where it
possible.
goes, or you can do it forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, punch as fast and hard as humanly possible for as long as I could, whereas now, and then be fucking winded it like within 15 to 20 seconds, but that'd be it, because that's all the game was, it's like 15 to 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Now, when you're boxing with people, you gotta fucking set a pace, like Randy, if he came at me like that, for one, I don't think that would work at all. The way he comes at
No.
Kevin,
All with his hands down. Yeah.
the way I counter punch, ooh, he would eat such a mean one right to the face.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. And then my haymaker is like a right overhand. It's kind of like a hook, but it's fucking like really unorthodox. I like duck my head down and just kind of like it's like a half Superman punch, half fucking right hook, fucking just wham! It comes up from over the top.
Special move.
Yeah, and this fool, he comes at you with his hands like completely down, like he doesn't protect his chin or his face. In which case, it's like
he doesn't do anything.
yeah, it's like you literally like you make jiu-jitsu style. I mean, shit, I learned a lot from jiu-jitsu. That's how you learn endurance. You basically got to learn your body's limits to where you make absolutely sure, no matter what, you got a little bit in your reserve tank to where you pretend like you don't. You lead the person on to be like, oh, I'm slow, I'm tired, I'm sluggish, I can't move no more, you're hurting me, whatever. And then all of a sudden, boom, you fucking, like, you have this fucking explosion. You have this explosion of energy fucking out of nowhere. Rolling around fucking on the mat for what seems like fucking an hour. And it's just like, you have no strength left. It's gonna come down to these few little fucking things that have been embedded in your brain when it comes to who's mastered this technique a little bit, who's mastered this execution. And yeah, I don't know, it's gotta be like the same thing like when you're tired and you want to stop running, or when something's heavy and you don't want to lift it no more, like the same thing that makes you stronger, faster. That's that same thing. It's like the only thing that'll fucking save you in those fucking jams, bro. Sometimes it's just you fucked up, and little did you know you already used up all your fucking energy, and you're gonna get submitted. Like this, you had this whole plan you're gonna fucking execute, and you're about to get fucking choked out. I got damn near choked out a couple times, but we have, like, I had this rule. I mean, we roll with this fucking real ass Brazilian. They teach you that you can't tap unless it really is about to fucking choke you out, and you're not supposed to tap until you're really about to pass out, because if you make people think they're doing the technique right,
they waste their energy.
Well,
yeah.
Well, no. Like, this is for us training amongst each other, but that is a factor too. But what he's getting at is when we're practicing, like, he wants you to choke for real, so that way you know how much strength it takes to actually choke someone. Like, don't tell this fool, like, oh, okay, I tap, unless you're actually getting choked out, because he's gonna have the wrong information on how much strength or what technique is required to actually pull it off. So, yeah, you gotta
basically don't be a bitch and fucking fight it to the end.
Let him do it for real. Exactly. Like, don't fucking tap unless you're really fucking getting fucking submitted to the point where you're gonna break your fucking arm or you're gonna fucking pass out. And at that point, he would have had definitely more chance to basically, master that technique, as opposed to as soon as he sets those hooks in deep, I hate it, dude. You already, like, the whole plan was like, I'm gonna fucking get your back and I'm gonna guillotine the shit out of you. And there's these pussy ass motherfuckers where as soon as you set that fucking hook in under his chin, he's like already tapping. It's like, dude, I haven't choked you yet. you can't fucking tap until I fucking choke you. Like, don't be like that. Because, I mean, the guy who taught us, I mean, you just don't learn the right way. Like, that is not what is required, the strength and the technique to properly choke someone. That's not gonna really work. So when you go and try to use that shit on the streets, yeah, you're gonna be sadly mistaken.
Yep.
But I don't ever reserve.
That's funny. Honestly, I've never choked anybody out.
Oh fuck, bro! I've seen. That's the scariest thing in the world. It's like, I don't even know. I feel like I'd rather be knocked out than choked out, because it's like knocked out is pretty much instantaneous, but when someone gets choked out, it's like the life slowly gets sucked out of them, and then the life slowly comes back, and all in that in between, you're just kind of like, this fucking person might be dead. It's like they do not look like they are okay in any way. Like, it's usually not like a pleasant slumber. It's like this fool was just perfectly conscious, and now he's
Practically
snoring.
having a seizure or something.
Yeah, no, like the most common one, strangely enough, is just this really long, constant, fast snore. It's like,
yeah.
like you just instantly are having the best sleep of your
Yeah,
life.
your body's autonomously trying to fucking take in the air it needs as fast as it can.
Well, you're asphyxiating, and your brain is lacking oxygen, and you're fucking, you're basically in. There's a threshold in which if you go too long, obviously your brain is deprived of oxygen. Your brain damage, you can die. But
yeah,
I mean, fucking for crying out loud, if we ever roll and I go limp, I think it's safe to say you can let me go, and I should be in the clear. Like there shouldn't be any question there. It's for people who got anger issues, like real bad. Got some grudges to say. If you did that to old, whatever the hell his name is, the little midget guy, then I'd be a little suspicious. Like, I don't know, that's an accident. You gotta be like, nah, man, we could put it all behind us. How about a friendly, boxing match? Or
oh
do
hell
a
no.
roll?
He would never.
I know exactly. He would shit his pants. That's so funny. That would be so satisfying if he actually in any way entertained that and just had the fucking balls to just try it for like 10 seconds. He would fucking, all the shit that I fucking talked about him, I would fucking retract. And he would have restored his position in my book. But as of right now, that guy is a fucking, he's an asshole. Like, it's just one of those, it's totally one of those things where, like, if I could leave you a rating, I would give you 0 stars. Like, he fucking, professional-wise, friend-wise, it's like he burnt every bridge. Like, anybody who knows about this probably looks at him a little bit different now, in the sense where it's like, well, you obviously cannot be trusted with that kind of thing, and what other things are you not ashamed to do? I always feel like when people are capable of doing that, where does that shit end? Like, kind of defines your character. Like, ugh, imagine the kind of shit he does to people all the time. Like that, like, ugh, I can't
mean,
do it.
that would be nuts if he was telling the truth. But I mean, just the whole, if it wasn't for him being online Facebook, I would give it the benefit of the doubt. But just nah, bro.
Somebody else was on his account, and the whole time, when everybody knows Facebook is like, you probably log into Facebook he was probably like supposed to like hide from you, and then logged in one day and was like, fuck, like now I can't, something I can do, like I might as well just pretend like, I don't know, like it doesn't matter. I feel like it's an insult to one's intelligence to assume that I don't have an immediate rebuttal, in the sense where it's like, okay, well if you did, then blah blah blah. But I don't know. What it just comes down to is the man had enough cojones to finally, I don't know, because Carlos freaked him out, whatever he said, it just clicked in his brain that what he was doing was just wrong. Like, you're a bad person. But yeah, I'm glad. Honestly, I forgot that he reconciled. That shit all happened so fast. I was like, that actually happened. It's weird, but I remember thinking, because it had been like an ongoing ordeal for you, that's got to give you some peace of mind. But I don't know. I guess there's not a whole lot that. I mean, I'm sure you're still making your moves and assuming that he was going to give you the $400 here soon anyway. It shouldn't really change a whole lot, right?
Damn, bro, I almost had I wanted to get the tactical nuke.
Oh shit, bro, you're actually playing. All right, let me smoke and get something to drink.
Well, I'm about to get off. That was my last game.
Oh shit, bro, and
I'm
you're all getting
fucking.
text.
I'm like 2 hours. Like I don't even know. I think all the conversation had me so fucking into the fucking conversation. I forgot I was hungry.
Huh. Yeah, I totally just like zoned out. I couldn't even play. I was thinking about fucking fighting, which always fucking trips me out. I can't even fucking. Usually once I start thinking about that, that's how that goes. I gotta wind myself back down. And
I feel you, bro. Whenever I think about situations, I start getting too fucking into it. I'm like thinking about the whole scenario. I'm already planning out the fight before I even fight an imaginary fight that might not even happen. You know, I get it.
Yeah. I was having a hard time fucking juggling that shit. I literally, oh no, I think I might have killed 20 people out of like 5 games. Let's play one more full actually play. I don't want to have just been running around. One more.
Alright.
It won't take long, whatever game, I don't care, but it's one thing to play with pugs, but I wanna see if it's worth playing, because if I'm just gonna be struggling and fucking like I can't pull it off because I'm too tired, you know how you get the late reaction thing. I just want to see if it's, because sometimes the teams are so fucking mismatched. It's like I can't tell if I'm doing bad or if our whole team is just like, I don't know, mismatched basically. Like doesn't matter how good I do, they're fucking everywhere type shit. Oh, and it's Rust. Perfect. We got real lucky. I was like thinking, fuck, I hope it's like a quick one, because I'm not trying to fucking make you stay when you fucking gotta eat. I'm pretty hungry too. Oh, and Carlos told me I don't know, we were drinking, it was fucking long time ago. They were telling, I don't remember who told me that story. It's like we're all
What
just
story?
When you punched fucking Ray in the stomach. I don't know. I'm sure I was at your house. I remember being on the back porch and someone was talking about it, but I don't know. I feel like that was so long ago now with all this shit going on.
It was. I barely remember. I just know it was in the front yard. I may or may not have been barbecuing, or it may or may not have been on New Year's Eve.
Oh, yes, yeah. Like, allegedly, this what had happened. What? Nah, okay, that's right. That's not hardcore. See, I think that was also why I was struggling. I don't have guns for this shit, and I'm running up in here like I do.
You got a submachine gun class, just use that. That'll do.
Oh, the Renetti's fine. I think I was just so derped out that I was still running around my SKS. That shit's too slow. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was fucking me. I noticed it in me. I already have half the kills I had last time, which is like 2. I had 4. That's what zombied. Didn't even realize it till now. That's why I don't want that on my name. Put some respect on my name. I'm gonna put some respect on my own name because I made myself look bad. This stage is pretty, like, slower paced for it being hardcore. You'd think it'd be like crazy, but it's like more chill. I think I like hardcore more now. It's like people play a little bit more cautious. So there's just not bullets flying everywhere, people running every which way.
Oh, that was fucking nasty, bro. Fucking, like, literally 4 people. I just started shooting into the corner by the propane tank. 4 people ran into that shit, like, one after the other. They just ran right into the stream of my bullets and just...
The Nazis into the line of fire. I love that shit. I get so sad, so I'm like, more. I want to cap it out. Like, just fucking... I think the most I've ever gotten is like 6 or 7. Yeah, that in itself, it's like shit. I'm satisfied with that. I don't really expect to get too much higher. I was thinking, damn, somebody just fucked me up, and then it was you. You had that slide shot though. Shit.
Saved
About to
your
kill
life.
me again. Okay, at least it was warranted that time. Ooh, at the beginning of the pipe, one of them. Shit, rough. What's the score? We're already about halfway there. Yeah, man, well, again, shit. That's cool that, what was I gonna say? That at least you got a little peace of mind now when you're looking for cars. It's just like, I don't know, if you're like me, It's just on the to-do list until it gets taken care of. It's at the top. One less thing on, at least on the top of the to-do list as far as. This nigga at least acknowledges he'll come. Hopefully he just does, and that's the end of that.
Oh, for Stefan and the money?
Yeah, you said he's supposed to come tomorrow, right?
I'm sure he will. He won't. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think he'll fuck up more than he already has. I'd be surprised, but then again, I wouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But all that shit aside, I was just curious if that was supposed to be tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, just if only he would have done it a little sooner. Stupid.
Luckily for him, he didn't, because none of the cars that I went to see, after all, I end up needing the money for. So lucky, like I said, lucky for him, like he didn't actually ruin anything for me.
But he don't need to know that.
But he could have. If
Exactly.
one of those cars was good and I couldn't afford it because I was short that 400,
Yeah.
bro, and then they sold it before he gave it to me, oh, I'd have been fucking furious.
Yeah, that constitutes a little bit more of a repercussion, considering the fact that it's like, man, I was trying to be reasonable, and you just kept on doing it, didn't you?
But he did get lucky, and so far didn't fuck nothing up. So I mean, but yeah, I think
You should tell him.
I'll let you.
The only message you should have sent him back was, you should have said 500. That would have been funny. That's fucking funny. You literally don't say anything. It's like, that's interest, and it compiles daily. It's like, you get the idea pretty much.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just fucking around. Anyway, hopefully that shit goes good. What the fuck is tomorrow? I'm off tomorrow. Yeah, like, I was supposed to get my fucking car in the morning. I don't know what the plan is. But if anything fucking breaks, fool, I gotta hit you up. Because I paid these fools a lot of money. And, like, it was overheating in the fucking straight up red. To where I might, in that case, I had to emergency pull over. These motherfuckers are professional as shit, and they're damn near costing me $2,000. This shit better be spick and span, looks like fucking brand
for
new.
$2,000 for that stuff, yeah, it better be fucking immaculate, professional quality.
I'm talking about, like, holy shit, I just gained 45 horsepowers, like.
Yeah, better do the upgrade and shit.
Yeah, nah, but. Yeah, I'm gonna scoop that shit in the morning, which I totally forgot about. I guess that's why I kind of wanted to really thoroughly talk about the cars, because if this shit fucks me over one more time, then it's somebody else's problem, and it's fucking back to the drawing board, fool, because I had enough of just mediocre and then still having to pay all these, like, I buy these fucking mediocre cars and then end up paying, like, actually a really decent car price trying to repair it, and then that shit just fucking breaks down all over again.
And this is your second time in a row, so you can't fool me once, can't get fooled again.
Fool me once, can't be fooled again. Yeah.
So definitely, if there is a next time, anytime soon, do the right thing, bro. Just get something you like, because the first time around, because at least if it breaks, you still like it.
Yeah, no shit, right? I can at least say I had pride in it while I had it. Fuck it.
Yeah. And then if you repair it, it's already something you like, so it's like, well, now you just know that's not going to fuck up on this car that I like for a long time. And just go from there.
Yeah, and opposed to looking at it like I just got this car and I don't want to invest this money in this car because it's not what I want, and then just being stuck with it because the fucker does break down. I see what you're saying. Like, definitely got to cut your losses while you're ahead, and it's still sellable for fucking a decent enough amount so you can upgrade rather than just, well, let me sell it for the scrap junk it's worth now and then just try to fucking, like, go
Exactly.
from there.
You end up losing more that way.
Big time. Alright, so that's the idea. I'm gonna get this fucker out of the shop. If it works perfectly, I still might look into fucking selling this motherfucker or getting a little project car. Haven't decided, but that's a little later down the line. But
well, check this out. Well, you know what you should do if, like, for where you're at, I've been there with a few certain cars, and what I did was I posted it for more, for a lot
test the waters, see if anybody bites.
Yeah, basically just a water test, bro. And you keep in your head, I ain't gonna sell it, but I'm just gonna post it for this ridiculous price. And then guess what? You might just get that one fucking fish, and they buy it for exactly what you posted it for. And holy shit! You're like,
little did this fool know I would settle for a fucking fraction of that amount.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, you could always just do that. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah. That's good. That's one thing to consider. And yeah, I don't think it's like become a money pit just yet. You know, I believe it's the sort of maintenance that will come along with a car around the fucking 120,000, 130,000 like mine, with the kind of wear and tear. Because like I said, I'm sure the guy who had it before ragged it a little bit, but fuck man, I don't know how you explode a radiator like I said. But we gonna fucking see, because I got a long ass list, and in fact, I'll probably send you that list. And if you're like, bro, just sell that shit because it ain't worth it, I'm gonna fucking sell that shit because I mean. We got the major shit on the list, but the list is fucking long, bro. I stopped looking at it because I was like, I don't even want to know anything else that's wrong with it. I already can't fix it.
They gave you a full diagnosis of the whole car, not even just the cooling system?
Fuck yeah, all rowdy. They probably charged me fucking $200 just for that fucking crazy old diagnosis I ain't ever seen and shit, bro. It's so customized that it literally tells me every single thing wrong with my car.
Pretty
like,
badass.
there's like fucking like 60 things on there.
Yeah, and ain't nobody got to know about those 60 things.
Exactly, those are between me and you, but once we decide if it's worth fucking keeping or not, we'll go from there. I'll find out tomorrow, because I swear to God, I wasn't even planning on spending this $1,000. I ain't dropping no more big cash.
You don't even need to know. People don't even need to know that those things broke and you replaced them. Shit, when you if you were to post it, you just post it and say something like coolant. Like the coolant was due for a service. I just decided because I had the money to just do a full brand new cooling system.
Yeah,
something like that, you know. So you don't have to tell them it
because it was around the time it would need to be replaced. Exactly. You allude
make
to
it sound good.
Yeah, bro, I know about that. We'll worry about the fine print, but I'm just saying, I literally gotta go pick up the car tomorrow. So if I hit you up all emergency style, like my car is gonna blow up, I'll just pay these fools $1,000. I'll probably be fucking freaking out at that point, because I don't never put my fucking car in the shop. Never. It's like I almost pretty much like just scrap the whole idea. I'll put everything on pause until I think of the next plan. But it was just one of those situations where I need to just get it done. So. Hopefully that shit works just fine, in which case I'll be like, hell yeah, we're good to go. We ain't gotta worry about that. But I'll fucking let you know if these fools fuck me out of my fucking money.
Alright, well, I'll message you when I wake up and see what happened.
Yeah, for sure, cause I think I gotta go early, so yeah, man, just keep me up. I'm probably gonna to America's and get online over there if y'all wanna get online so we can land it up. She hasn't been able to get on that much because she's working, so I'm gonna make sure I play with her if y'all wanna play with us.
Yeah, I probably will.
Alright, fool. Well, just hit me up. Hopefully your car searching goes good, too. Just keep an open mind. Just remember that it's almost like the moment you fall in love with a car or as you see online, you automatically have to accept that it's like a 50-50 chance that there's nothing you can do and it'll just not be possible. Like, someone could be a dickhead like this other guy. So just don't get your hopes up too much, but at the same time, stay motivated, you know. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't look. You know? You'll find some.
Yeah.
And then listen to what Carlos says, because he knows you. And I don't know who told me, Carlos. It was fucking one of y'all. We were drinking a long time ago. Not I don't know, like I said. Whatever the fuck they were talking about. It was random. I didn't know that story had ever existed. It was so funny. I just imagined this fool getting punched and then, like, kind of flying like a little man and then, like, rolling on the ground and getting back up and, like, playing it off like it didn't hurt. I know it didn't go down like that, or it probably didn't. But the way I imagined it in my mind was a lot funnier.
No matter it went down. It was funny the way it went down, no matter what.
Yeah, even though my paraphrasing is not as good, but like the way I heard the story was fucking funny too. But anyway, alright, fool. I'm gonna probably run some more games because I got fucking nothing better to do. I'm gonna take a little break though. Like I actually like rested my eyes from the game. I just need to get something to drink and maybe something to eat. But yeah, you better get off.
Alright, man. Yeah, I'll hit you up. I'll hit you up tomorrow as soon as I wake up.
Holla at you, boy. Nah, hit me up tomorrow.
Later, Carlos. I hope you enjoyed the podcast for today. This is John signing out.
Signing out.
Later, y'all.
Copy that. I need a drink. I'll be right back. I need something to drink and go to the restroom. I had to go to the bathroom if there's good conversation or putting it off. Oh, that shit is sick. I was looking at that Mustang. I'll be back. That was really cool of you to fucking to reach out to that guy, because you know it's just like Carlos anyway. Yeah, it's just like it's one of those weird things where I mean, no one should have to tell you to just man up. Like, I don't know, fess up to your lie before it gets worse. So I know that probably saved him a lot of fucking stress. I get anxiety when it comes to like shit that I take seriously like that. Like, it's like I swear I obsess over it. It's like until I get this shit taken care of, I can't fucking think about nothing else. That's just that shit didn't have. Well, it wasn't your problem. I don't want to say it didn't have anything to do with you. Obviously, they're both your friends. That was a really civilized way of handling that, Carlos, and I'm proud of you. Way to resolve, de-escalate issues without violence and aggression. That's fucking funny. That's just smart. That's what being a parent does. It's just like, well, responsible. It's a responsible thing to do. Responsibilities. Huh. Oh, fuck. What else is there, really? I might have to play another game. If I get too tired of this, Carlos, I might put something else up on the stream, but this is all I know. It's been so long since I've played anything else, I have to learn the fucking buttons and shit. I hate that shit. I want to remember it all. All the time, always. This fucking thing is so nasty. Is this fucking shit even loading? I think there is something wrong with it. Oh, there we go. I kind of want to play some fucking Days Gone, bro. I might need to play some Days Gone. I need something where I could still go around and fucking kill shit and keep myself occupied, but not at this fucking crazy fast pace where it's like gonna give me a fucking headache. Oh, I go, where's the train one? I always forget that one. Choo choo. What gun is this? What the fuck? Oh, this is new. This, oh, this. What the fuck? How you know? What is that? Oh, golden. I don't want that. It just looked weird. Oh, this is not the gun for this. Uh-oh. Having a little fun. Oh, fuck, it's single shot. Oh no. got him too. Alright. To me. Oh, damn. The only thing that's fast enough to throw really was a combination with the riot shield. You get into a quick standoff, it's a fucking knife, everything else. I always die if I try to fucking throw something. Oh, there's another riot shield. I'm gonna lose because of my team. It's gonna be my last game, guys. I'm fucking tired as shit. I'm like fucking half asleep and shit. Zombie. So really gotta go to the bathroom. Alright. Silos Maca. Whoever that is. Oh. Shit, can you hear him? No, not. Oh, shit's working. Oh, that's right, I'm in the party chat. Yeah. I'm gonna fucking, at the very least, take a break. I gotta wake up early again, so I might get back on. If I do, I'll let y'all know, because it's pretty fucking late. I'm so bored, I don't know what the hell else I'm gonna do. I'm not that tired. I want to make it a good sleep. I feel like I've been sleeping like shit, and then like even when I sleep a lot, fuck, I never feel rested. Don't like that feeling. Yeah, I gotta rush. No more games. I'll be back either later or tomorrow. Alright, I'll let you know. Yeah, I'm gonna probably play a different game. I'll still broadcast that shit though. It's just that game is too fucking crazy. Um, I'll send it to you. I need something more kind of like fucking chill. That shit's just like war. It's not really a chill game mode, but I feel like I might fuck around with Mafia. Like I just be cruising around in Louisiana and fucking. Oh no, like it's like Grand Theft Auto. So the shit they say and the way that the fucking city looks, even though that game is older. Yeah, I'll probably hop on. I don't know if you'll be able to. I don't know what time you get off. But yeah, I'll fucking, you'll get the email if you got for the stream if you're on or whatever. Oh, sometimes it goes out to me late as fuck, like way later. I'm already off and it's like, I'm now live, like, okay. But yeah, I'll fucking be on either later, I mean technically later or later.